It's just silly shit,
Uh,
man.
that is some silly shit. And we're live, folks.
Some silliness.
Oh, I need to get my
Hola.
headphones on. Hold on a minute.
Hey, bro, how come you're the white color this week? You're usually black.
Because I hadn't changed my color yet, because I've been doing all this other stream shit. How's that? Alright. Damn, that's loud.
Wait, why are y'all sharing and liking that post that says no D&D this week?
Wait, what?
Nah, but if you read it, the little dude, the post is like, not this week, little dog.
Oh, is it not sure? That's that guy in that movie.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Done with the social media crap. On with the game.
Where
Dang,
do
I
we,
like this. I like the way this looks.
Yeah,
My first time actually seeing it.
Oh, the layout? The overlay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that at like 2 o'clock this morning. Oh,
Man.
it's we got something doubled up right there. What's going on?
Yeah, see that at the bottom. It looks like it's double.
Yeah. I'm gonna fix that.
Hey, bro, how to take out green? He's got 100. He's got 1,000. God damn, man, he's got all kind of HP at the top.
Oh yeah, cause he was up there and he resubbed last week too, so it healed him a little bit.
Dang, I didn't realize we're like halfway to our 100 follower goal either.
Yeah, I updated it because it hadn't been keeping track of the offline follows. So I had to do a recount and update it.
So, this week, if I might, I don't do much of a recap, but if I can set up what we're doing, like, we really we unleashed the devil long ago, and I've been toting around this bejeweled skull that has some magical properties that is probably linked to the Shadowfell. Is more than likely linked to the Shadowfell now that we know that the lady that was investigating it for us has disappeared and left in a crazy mass chaotic fucking path of death. And even the land died around her. So yeah, there's some evil shit going on, and we gotta make some inquiries. We gotta ask some questions. I'm thinking we should ask our old friends in the Poto Plaza, Jerome and Mr. Okra, just people around there that might know what happened, might have seen what happened, just to get some insight. But the guards, what in the entire fuck was that? Somebody pulled
You
the
know what that
cork
was.
out.
Somebody
Yeah,
said.
I know exactly what that was. Somebody pulled the cork out of something. That sounded like some Maker's Mark. Or
It's
something.
bullet.
Bullet. Okay.
And some bullet I had left over from the Renfest that I found right in the back seat of my car.
My next guess was
Should've
going to
been
be
there.
something fancy like Grand Marnier or something. But
I'm not a fancy man. All right, continue,
Grand
please. I
Marnier
did
is
not
the
mean
shit,
to interrupt you.
But anyway, the guards around the place, around Aya's place that was dead and fucking horrific looking. The guards told me to go and any questions I had should be addressed to the castle. Roscoe does not go to Stovenall Gate. Stovenall Gate, whatever you call it. Because they will arrest me. They don't like me there. I need to send you guys to the castle to ask some questions. And when you ask questions, please don't mention that we brought the skull back from the Shadowfell.
Oh, you're right, mate. I won't. I'll tell him you did it.
No. Just please.
Well, they already don't like you. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, they are.
He does
gonna know
have
that
not
you
quite
are
as far. He does have less
friends
distance
with
to fall
me.
than you do.
Yeah.
But they are gonna know you guys are friends with me. They have seen us hanging around. So, what do you think they're gonna do to you? Yeah.
Accept my
Just-
reasonable explanation that I'm there to spy on you and turn you in for the reward.
Seems like you've thought this through all.
No, just totally on the fly. Sorry.
I'm applying some poison to some crossbow bolts. Sure
See-
thing, mate.
See, the thing about
Anything
Black
I would say.
Dragonborn is
Yeah.
You can't,
Well.
no, whatever, it's fine. I'm completely trustworthy.
definitely not resistant to poison.
It's
Are they?
acid.
Oh,
Totally
it's
resistant
acid,
to
son of a bitch. Oh well.
Yeah. Which one is it has poison? That would be green. Green.
Green.
Suddenly I turned green.
I've been Green Dragonborn the whole time.
Right.
It's just
Just
been
really
dark
dark
in here.
green.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All
It's
right.
very, very tan.
I would appreciate it if you guys did not cause any more trouble than necessary and just say we are a group of heroes who are willing to take on the task.
Honestly, Roscoe, I find it humorous and a little bit adorable that you thought we could describe ourselves as heroes and keep a straight face.
You guys
Actually-
can. I can't.
We've blown
Actually-
up how many establishments?
Me and Arthur probably the only two people that can do this. So.
That's true. That's true.
One
That's
or
exactly right.
three
That's
or
what I said. You
maybe
guys
four
can.
We've almost murdered a child, blown
that
up an
wasn't
entire
me.
city block practically.
That was me.
It's fine. It's fine. I know you wasn't you. Just you.
Decisions were made.
Yeah.
Right?
Anyway. So yeah, no.
I think I made that decision. I accept that. I know.
That was a that was a wonderful recap, but also like some wonderful.
Yes, I blew up. It
Direction.
wasn't half a town. It was half a hotel.
Thank you, Roscoe.
That was
Half a
actually some pretty high quality
inn.
and character recap. That was pretty good, guys.
Thank you very much, Roscoe. I
but look-
appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. You guys will notice there's some new locations on the map.
Oh, Aya's place
Aya.
right there.
Ryan's-
hmm
And
Pretty much everywhere that you've been or that I've described to you in the
Yes.
past few months.
except for my house.
Wrong.
My house is also not there.
Wrong.
I don't
Oh,
see
you're
it.
this
right
is
now,
marked.
bro. It's not
It's
on the
not
map,
with
but it's
green.
not.
It's not on the
Yeah.
numbers.
Oh, nobody's is.
Whatever. Mine didn't either. Yeah.
Nobody's is.
Fine.
Why would I
Hey,
put
bro, how
your own
come Roscoe's
house
got a
in the
bigger job
key
than
to
us?
the
Listen,
city? Like, it takes up enough space as it is, asshole.
I need more rum and coke.
We can do this, man. I hadn't had any. I mean, it's
I need
probably
more
been-
rum and
I haven't
coke,
had
too.
any
I don't
whiskey
have
and drink
any.
in a while.
Shit.
All
All
right.
So, guys,
So
drank-
where are you guys
Oh, Jesus,
currently?
I-
I think when we finished our game last, you were,
We were
at
at
the
the Goblin.
Laughing
Yeah,
Goblin,
but
which is here. But
By the way,
Let's
I did
call it
do
the
a shot
following
of
day.
that. I did actually do a shot of that Everclear juice with THC. Oh my fucking lord!
sir, the
today,
Boozy Marauders does not support that.
Today?
To condone.
No, not today.
okay, I was gonna say I thought something was up with you. It must just be
Probably
Mardi
today.
Gras,
no.
right?
Today I'm just I'm smoking
So,
shitty weed. I'm not that high.
Anyway,
Like But no, that other. Oh my
damn
god!
it.
So, ladies
My
and
dad
gentlemen,
get kicked in the face by a donkey or something, dude. That shit.
Pie-eyed. That
That's
bag
just-
is empty,
yeah.
so I guess I'm gonna just go ahead and delete it. All right, so the
Yeah.
ship is here, right?
I,
As is me.
You've all got your minis. Put them out. I don't know, wherever you're having this discussion, I suppose.
well, we were at the Goblin. I believe that on
We
the
were all at the Goblin.
the roleplay channel, that's where we established. Also, I would like to start us off by saying that hello, my name is Oth. I am the Black Dragonborn cleric. I have died once and found myself in possession of control of the veil between life and death, and joined the Marauders in the Shadowfell while they were bumbling about trying to find their way back to the material plane. And here I am. Well done, Roscoe.
It's like the punctuation right at the end.
Right.
It was very well timed.
I waited.
So Roscoe, now that you've flapped your gums plenty already, can you tell us who the hell you are?
I'm Roscoe P. Blackberry, and I've been eating me eggs and bacon. And I
have
don't
been
really
doing
have an
that.
accent like that, but I'm a charlatan, and I just put on random accents sometimes. And yeah, we got a busy day today. Well, I do for sure.
I like that sound.
That's some. That is some accurate
Sound effects?
setting
Yeah.
specific sound effects right
Yeah, I need to get
We're
that
in
put
the
on
bar.
a button on the table.
We are
Yeah.
we are at the Goblin.
But we've got some work to do. I've gotta ask some questions, and I've probably gotta do me disguises and me voices and whatnot to persuade and dissuade and coerce and whatnot. Because yeah, we have officially unleashed hell on this plane of existence.
Well, that's not the first time.
And no, it's not the first time, but we really don't want to incriminate ourselves
Well,
because
technically, if anyone's done that, it
don't
would be.
put it all on me. You
No,
guys
no,
were with me all the
no,
way.
not you. If anyone did that, as far as we would know, it would be Aya.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's true. I was about to say I was gonna take the blame for the whole devil thing earlier.
I was
but,
waiting for that too.
Oh
I'm
no, I
just
wasn't talking
saying.
about that.
I'm just saying, please don't tell the castle guards that I'm the one who gave her the skull. That's gonna end badly, and we just need to recover the skull. We just need to stop her, stop
Who?
hell from taking over.
Who do we
What are
not
we
like?
supposed to tell them?
We could totally tell them somebody we don't like did it. Who do we not like?
Tome.
Home.
I thought we were done picking fights with Tolm.
Yeah.
I already
We
punched
were
him in
done-
the face.
We were done having one-on-one meetings with Tome. No, we can totally implement him. That's fine.
Implement?
What about that guy
What about
that you stole the seal off of? What was his name? You don't like him, do you?
yeah?
Right.
You know
No,
so,
that's
what?
pretty low down. Never mind.
what you
That's
telling
not
me?
okay.
Yeah, that I don't think that
Hold
would
on.
work.
So what
I
you
still
telling me?
got to find something to do with that seal and like
is we
yeah.
need to go to the castle. Those of us who are not Roscoe, to find out what's happening. Meanwhile, Roscoe has volunteered to follow the trail of death and destruction to try to find Aya, since it's his skull and kind of his fault.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'm
I
okay
agree
with
with
this. That sounds fine. So, yeah, Berwin, does that sound good with you?
Well, I, as a wizard,
Erwin, you might want to
Is the
help.
party parting ways now?
well, potentially. I think that
It is session
we need to
26. It's been a
do-
good run.
a little more.
I was your friend, Berwin. I was more your friend than mine.
Were you though?
What do you mean?
I think he said Aya was
Aya.
I thought he.
your friend.
That
Ah,
makes
yeah.
I, as a wizard, think that we should investigate the happenings at Aya's place a little closer.
That sounds like a
As a
Something-
wizard,
he's a wizard.
As I stroke my beard and smoke my pipe and
Speak, friend, and enter. Copyright infringement. Yes, good job.
they're
tell
gonna
you
mute us
what,
for sure
Bowen.
right there.
I will dress up as your scribe and accompany you to Aya's place.
You know, honestly, you could just pretend to
And-
be his apprentice, his bumbling apprentice.
Yeah, well, scribe, bumbling apprentice, same thing, pretty much.
Same, close enough.
Yeah, I'm his pen and paper as he dictates and mumbles and stares into the ethereal plane.
I think we call that a manservant.
All right,
I didn't want to say that.
I know. All
Yeah,
right.
of course you
Hey, so
didn't
how's my
wanna say
mic today? I checked out some of the older videos, and my mic always seems really low. Can you guys hear me? I seem like I'm okay
It
on
sounds
this.
I hear
great
you.
to me.
I'm
I'm
How's
gonna use
mine?
this as a mic check whenever I go back and watch this back. But
check 1, 2.
yeah,
Okay.
continue.
Sounds good. How's
Um,
mine? I can always move
Right,
mine.
Yeah, no, you guys all
So-
sound fine.
Okay.
So
James should be here in a
Colwyn
minute.
is silent at the moment. He's got a mouthful of food and booze. He's
Hey.
talking about wine earlier.
He made
so I
some-
suppose, Lucian, the three of us could go to the castle and ask a couple of questions while the Roscoe and the Berwyn, our magical expert, go and check out the Aya's home. Does that
Okay.
sound like a plan?
So I would think that Corwin, given the alignment that he chose on character creation, this is probably not what he would do if he was here. But given his alignment that he chose on character creation, he's going to go with you to the castle.
I would think.
Yeah, because he wouldn't want to go like lie into guards and stuff like right off the bat.
And
So
he
he's
would
going with you.
actually be better at dealing with with nobility
Yeah.
and the castle guards.
That
He'd
may
be the
actually
best
be
one of
what
our
he did
group
if he was
to
here.
deal
But
with.
yeah, he's definitely going to go to the castle with you.
Excellent,
And
so-
you two are heading to 17 over here.
Yes.
Aya. To Aya's minor mystical emporium.
That's
I love
that's
that we
actually
have
the
Mr.
sound
Electro.
that used to play when you'd walk through the door. It was like on a little laser, you know, or not a laser, like a little magic beam, right?
What?
And
Now
when your
it's
foot would
100 years
break it-
old.
Yeah, when your foot would pass through the little beam, it would say exactly that, and then she'd come out through the beaded curtain. Probably not anymore.
You know, now that Aya's mystical emporium.
No, it's just.
So
Yep,
it sounds
you'll
like
probably see in a minute. All right, so when you guys
like Bon Jovi's reunion tour.
when you guys approach through the Stojanau gate here, it's grim as shit. There are like corpses and stuff hanging from it. It's a pretty grisly sight. Meant
And you
to
understand why
remind people
Roscoe
of the
didn't
power or the authority of the Black Hand, but it's Corwin is pretty off-put by it, I would think.
I'm a little off-put by it myself.
So, walking through it, this area here is it's a combination prison and barracks. And then this gate is opened up into. They're currently in the process of repairing the castle. There are like these big scaffolds and stuff. Stojanau Castle, before its destruction, was one of the largest castles in the realms, if not the largest. Something like that, like huge. But it's been destroyed and left destroyed for so long, and under the current Lord Regent, it's in the process of being rebuilt. Massive scaffolds. Wizards out there like casting shapestone and stuff like that. Druids tend into like these big rose gardens that are planted all around it. It's pretty goddamn impressive. So you two walk up to Aya's house, right?
Yes.
What do you remember about Aya's house?
I remember that when I got there the last time, it looked like it basically looked like kind of Shadowfell had taken over. Like the way that part of the world looked in the Shadowfell, everything looked dead. And not just dead, it looked old. It looked like it had died long ago. And it's a library, like a minor mystical emporium. So they have a lot of books in there, and they've all been aged and dusty, and some of them crumbling and everything. So,
Well, Aya's house and her shop, presumably she lives upstairs, but it was
Her-
like
her
a kind of a
office-
quaint sort of cottage type of building. 2 stories. The upper floor is a little smaller than the first floor, so there's sort of like a little roof, not a balcony, but like a little roof segment on the first floor.
and her study, her office was upstairs, kind of in the back. I remember that.
It used to have these very colorful flower beds and decorative pots under the windows, flowering ivy up and down the walls, the thatched roof. But now everything is black, and it looks like the building and the area around the building have aged hundreds of years beyond their surroundings. There are at least 2
Is
guards
there-
that you can see. I'm assuming you're passing by the main entrance,
Yeah.
like the door to her house first. There are 2 guards that you can see, one posted up on either side of the door. They're wearing the classic black plate mail.
Yeah. I have a question. Yeah, when we were in the Shadowfell, there were these vines with thorns everywhere. Are there any trace of those vines or similar vines in Aya's place now?
Now that you are sort of examining for that specific detail, some of the vines that on the wall of her house, they're not as extreme, they're not as big and twisty and thorny, but yes, they are very reminiscent of those same vines.
Arwen? I actually still have a sample of poison from the vines from the Shadowfell. If we can get a sample from these and find out if it's the same vines, that might help us determine that this is indeed Shadowfell related, and that might help us find a solution.
Alright.
Okay.
I'll go talk to the guards. Maybe I can distract them long enough to
Well,
get
convince
off a
them
little bit
that
of
we need to take some tests. But yeah.
I
Okay.
can ask them some questions. I'm not sure if they'd be willing to let us do that.
Clint, I can barely hear you now.
Better?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Okay.
Ahoy, mateys!
Hey!
Oh, it's Corwin.
Corbin, welcome back, man. Since like last
Thank
week,
you.
you know.
Oh, does someone want to describe the Stojanal gates to Corwin?
Oh yeah. Corbin, you guys went to Alpha's gonna go to Stojanal Castle, or Valjevo Castle, and ask about the events at Aya's house.
Aya's.
And
Okay, roger that.
I figured, being lawful good, you would do that before trying to sneak into her house. So you went with them,
Nope, I lost you. I
Yep.
just lost you just then. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
did you? I said I figured, being lawful good, you'd gone with them to the castle instead of go and try to sneak into Aya's house, right?
I don't know. Potentially, I might have wanted to sneak into Aya's.
Yeah, see, I thought that's what you would have done when you were here, but being that you are you put lawful good on your character sheet, that was the option that I went with.
I was assuming you might be better at talking to nobility in the castle. Then you might be the best one of the group to talk to the nobility in the castle.
All good with me. I went to the castle.
They actually also put together a pretty sound plan, so yeah.
Yeah,
how's it going, man?
Mates.
All right, so when you guys walk to the castle, this back gate is always closed. So that's like not an actual entrance to the castle yard. So you have to go around through the Stojanau Gate, which is sort of the headquarters of the Black Hand, the military force of the city under the Lord Regent. They're followers of Bane. So their display is pretty brutal. There are recent and partially skeletal corpses that hang from ropes from the top of this like huge iron gate. And then once you walk through that, it's sort of the Black Hand headquarters and prison compound. And then through this gate is it's like a huge field of rose bushes that is tended by druids. And Valjevo Castle, according to the lore of the lore that I read about the city, Valjevo Castle is, I think, one of the, if not the largest castle in the realms before it was destroyed. Under the current Lord Regent, it's in the process of being rebuilt. So there are these massive scaffolds and wizards casting shape stone, and yeah, all kinds of stuff like that. Okay. We can actually kill this bar audio. We can do medieval town. That'll be quieter. Yeah, nice. Get the hell out of the laughing goblin. It's loud as fuck in there. All right. So Berwin, what are you doing? Roscoe, I'm assuming that you're going to sort of sneak around the side of the house.
Yeah, I'm just walking around with my little notepad and everything, and I'm taking notes and all this while Berwin's talking to the guards. I'm acting like, his manservant. I'm going around.
Okay. All right. So Berwin, what are you?
I'm taking note.
What are you doing while Roscoe wanders off towards the house?
I'm going to question the guards.
I probably should roll an investigation roll or perception or something.
Yes, but I'm gonna do Berwin's.
Okay.
I'm gonna do his distraction first, and then we'll switch back to.
Okay. Good deal.
Anyway, I go up to the guards.
All right.
And I start questioning them. Have you inspected the whole house? Have you taken samples? Has any magic been cast to detect all the...
All right, they're like in full plate with like helmets on and shit, like their faces are covered, and they turn real stiff, like they're holding like pikes, and they turn real stiff to one another, and they're like, and they shrug their shoulders, and they look back at you, and then one of them opens up the plate on the front, and he's like, "Who the hell are you?"
In my hand, I present I don't know, I guess like an emblem of the castle. Well, basically, like what I'm trying to say is like, like cops go and they're like flashing their badges. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm doing that, but I'm prestidigitationing a fake badge if I could do that. See if they fall for that.
Brilliant.
Okay, does prestidigitation work like that?
I think
like
so.
A
I think
illusion?
You can make it. In your hand, I think you can do that. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure you can. You create a non-magical trinket or an illusion image that can fit in your hand and last until the
All right,
turn.
give me a persuasion roll with advantage. That's good. I like it.
19.
Yeah.
All right.
And 14, so that's altogether a An 18 because like -1.
-1 persuasion.
Yeah.
Damn,
I'm not very
son.
charismatic.
All right, well, 18. You know, they're like leaning over. He leans over. He's real stiff at the waist because of the big heavy plate mail he's wearing. And he leans over and he holds his helmet open and he peers down at it. Roscoe, they're pretty distracted by Bertwood. What are you doing?
I am gonna try and take a sample from one of those vines.
Okay.
If I
Give
can
me
get to
a give me a stealth roll. I don't know what that. I need to familiarize with myself with these skills like every week before we play. Stealth, is that what it's called? Yes. Give me a stealth roll.
Yep.
All right.
I'm so used to the 3rd edition skills. and
Oh.
saves.
I believe that's a 20.
17.
17.
17. All right. Those
Wait, do I
guards-
have proficiency bonus in stealth too?
I would
17.
think that you do.
17.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
think-
those
I think
guards
we
have
got it
probably
all,
a
but
passive
17.
perception of like 10 or 12. So, yeah, no. So you successfully make it to the wall without attracting any attention to yourself. And
I got.
you got another flask?
Yes, I do. I
All
have.
right. All right, give me
Flask.
a I think we need a nature roll. Like
Survival, I think it is.
yeah. Do survival.
Oh, 19 plus my survival.
Hell yeah. All right,
So
so
I
you
think
pick
that's-
off one of the thorns on the vine, and
Yeah.
like just the smallest, like the other ones kind of poured out a little. They
Like-
kind of had like a little spurt that came out when you break
Yeah.
a piece off. This one you kind of have to squeeze it, and there's not much. It's not as
Okay.
verdant.
The last time I got a very tiny amount. This time I got a very tiny amount. That so far that is confirming my hypothesis that this is Shadowfell related.
Okay. So at this
So-
point, when you look over to your right, Berwin is at the front door with the guards, and one of them is peering down, bent at the waist, looking at something in his hand. And the other one is kind of stiffly
I'm gonna-
turned.
I'm gonna walk towards Berwin and assist him in his persuasion attempts.
Okay. So the guard looks down, and he's peering at your little your badge, and he turns to the other one and he says, "Did they tell you anybody was coming from the castle today?" And the other one just kind of shrugs his shoulders and squeaks all his armor again. And he stands up and he says, "Well, they never tell us anything." And he swings the front door open for you.
Master, I've collected a little bit of that from what we can out here, but I think we really need to go inside. I really think we need to venture inside.
The guard says, "Is he with you?"
I slap Roscoe on the back of the head. Tell him to be quiet. I was like, yes.
I'm
he's
sorry,
with
Master.
me.
I'm sorry, Master. I'm sorry.
The two guards they chuckle under all of their plate mail, and yeah, they swing the door open for you. So
Should I follow, Master?
you guys at the castle. There's the entry hall to the castle is as large and grandiose as the castle itself would require it to be. I don't know what that looks like, to be honest with you. Probably like some big marble columns and stuff, and like maybe a big gold
Big
fountain.
enough for my fat belly to get through.
Yeah, there's like a big gold fountain with like all kinds of water pouring out of it and stuff, and I don't know, like
It's quite a lovely setup. for
yeah, it's pretty
tyrant.
cool. It's pretty fucking cool. Actually, Lord Regent of Flan, over the past like 50 years or so, that he and the Church of Bane have kind of chilled out in the city. It's been a fairly reasonable political climate given a lawful evil government.
Considering they serve Bane, yes, that is
Yeah.
rather
Yeah.
calm.
So, none of you are actually from Flan. What the hell are you three doing in the castle? Everybody's looking at you all like, the fuck are these people doing here? You're looking all dirty and beat up.
Are there any like
and
fish
stuff.
in that?
And you got
I
a
don't
you
look
got a
dirty. I look
dragonborn with you.
pristine.
Everybody's like, what the hell is going on here? Except for
I,
Corbin, he looks clean.
Yeah,
There-
my boots
yeah, it's
go into
confusing.
normal
You're not
weird
even
shit.
from this plane.
Yeah.
I
fucking-
keep my head held high and I walk with a stiff back and a very militaristic sort of forward pace. And I walk directly to what appears to be, I assume, whoever's in charge of like entry into the throne room. And I announce that I am Oth Ardu, a priest of the Shade, seeking audience with the Lord in regards to the recent tragedy befalling the town.
Okay, give me. Are you doing that? Give me a persuasion check, I suppose.
All right.
Although you may want to let Corwin do that.
You know what? Yeah,
He's clean,
that's-
and he looks, he's
looks the
clean,
part.
and he looks the
Very
part.
well spoken as
Yeah.
well.
I suppose that would be the much better choice then. Yeah, but
He
still
is the
straight
bard.
back and very, very stern looking.
All right.
So
So at the
before
very
we all
last
talk to these
minute,
folk,
Alf
just
kind
to
of
be-
turns on his heel and turns to Corwin, and he's like, you know what? You should probably do this.
Right. So we're here trying to have an audience with the regent about what exactly again? The house and what's going on with it?
Stop! Everybody, go back and huddle up for a second. Hold on, wait. Let's
Okay.
let's redo this.
What
That's right.
happened?
I forgot that you just got here.
Yeah, what happened was I took a skull to this lady, Aya's
Yeah.
Minor Mystical Emporium, and she was gonna investigate
Correct.
it, everything, and then she flipped out like during the investigation or whatever magical shit. It must have possessed her or something. Something bad happened.
Which I'm not telling the regent any of this, correct? I know.
He
I'm
already
aware.
knows. He
No, no,
already
no.
knows about this. You're not
don't
telling the
tell him
regent
anything.
that I gave the skull to Aya.
Alright, that
I
we
think
don't know.
I think the
What am I
answer to
asking?
your question can be summed up is that you're there to get
Right.
information and not give information.
Yeah. So all I asked was that you guys are like heroes trying to investigate the shit and figure out what happened and offer your services.
Ah. All right,
And
so
don't
I'm gonna
tell
claim
them that
there's
I
been-
had it. Yeah. Don't tell them that I had it.
Gotcha.
That's all I
So I'll claim that we're adventurers and of these happenings in various cities throughout the lands, and we're here to collect more information, basically.
There you go.
Gotcha. All right. So
You can mind that.
I stand before the guards and I say, "Good day, gentlemen. We are the Moonseed Marauders, and we have been traveling these lands, investigating a rash of occurrences that have been plaguing these lands. We were hoping to have an audience with the regent. Seems to be a recent event here in your town with a friend of ours, actually, and we'd like to inquire about it."
They're wearing the same like big heavy armor and helmets, covered face, as what I described on the other side, and they do a very similar motion to what I described earlier. They look at one another, and then they look back at you, and then a big gauntleted fist points like over your shoulder to a little old lady sitting at a desk.
Okay. Well, I mosey over to the little old lady.
Oh shit.
Damn, son. Okay.
And
I assume
repeat
just tell
the
her the same thing,
thing.
right?
Moseyed the fuck out of that mosey, man. Shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I got some dwarf swagger going
Little
on.
swagger.
All right. So,
How you doing, mama?
So you wander over and tell the little old lady your same story, and give me that persuasion roll.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
Oh, not so great. 8, 9,
Oh.
10. Hold on.
Oh.
15. I'm gonna go ahead and burn my luck crystal. 18. Bonk.
Green and Ronnie, what's going on, guys? Thanks for coming by. I just moved my window and saw the chat there. What you got, Bob?
So 18.
18. All right. She has like these little like half glasses on, you know, and she looks up from something that she's reading, and she says, "What? You'll have to speak a little louder," and you have to repeat the entire thing all over again for the third time. And
Good day, you most beautiful lady.
And then she says, "Who sent you?"
Sent you. Why we did last. Remember, we've been investigating these occurrences. One just recently happened. We've been following a trail. The trail led us here. That's who sent us.
And she looks at you confusedly, and she whispers, "The trail of the dead? From Aya's place?"
I?
Alright, give me another persuasion roll. At advantage.
Dope. Oh, yeah. First one sucked. Alright, 18, 19, 20, 21. 24.
Alright, dude. She reaches down in the drawer and she pulls out a little desk with a little sundial thing on it, and she kind of turns it, you know, like, "I'll be right back." And then she grabs you by the hand and she ushers you off into a side room. She says, "Tell your servants to wait here." So she ushers you off into a side room, just the two of you, and she gives you a pretty massive information dump. We'll get to that momentarily. Now we're going to go to the other guys who just entered Aya's house, which is right here. Nope, I don't need that. Wrong one. That. Everybody should have a blindfold. Build that.
Erwin, do you think we can recover any of the bookshelves? They look dead. They look all just moldy.
Well, we'll
Okay,
see.
you can de-blindfold. That should do it. Okay. Change that state. This front door is open for you. The two guards are standing right out here. I'm assuming the two of you step into her entry hall.
She brought the skull upstairs into her study. So I think that's where we should look.
So, I don't know if you can see this or if it's considered inside of the hidden area, but there's a doorway right here. That's the beaded curtain that she always comes through when you walk through the door, it makes that sings that same jingle that Alton sang earlier, but it's like really slow. It's kind of like when HAL 9000 dies.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And everything is pretty destroyed inside. The wood is there are like these lit sphere things that she has for light that are still providing light, but the brass is all tarnished and green. The chairs look like they couldn't hold.
Kind of flickering.
Yeah, they don't look like they could hold Roscoe's weight even. The desk is all dilapidated and sideways. The beaded curtain is likewise very decayed, and it's there's a little light on the inside. You can see another one of those spheres. Approximately, I don't know if you can see where I'm tagging, but approximately here.
Yeah.
By the stairs.
But other than that, it's pretty dark. Yeah.
Let's.
Well, I am going to start casting Detect Magic right away.
All right.
Okay.
My sleuthing skills. So,
Okay.
Roscoe, what are you going to be doing while I'm doing that?
You're gonna be detecting magic. I'm gonna be like kind of picking through things around here, seeing if I can find anything that's precious metal and intact. Um,
Are
Just say
you
looting.
robbing her?
Just say
yes,
looting.
I'm pilfering.
You're
I'm
looting.
pilfering. Yes.
He's
So,
redistributing.
hey, dude, everything looks dead. Look,
It looks like
everything
it's
looks
been
dead.
here for like 100 years.
Yeah, dude, it's fair game. It's fair game. So, um, would that be investigation
Where are
or?
you going? Go ahead and move yourself if you'd like. Berwin, you do the same. You're casting detect magic. You don't detect any magic in the room currently, aside from this thing here.
Oh
Whoa.
shit! I'm sorry.
No worries. Where do you want to go?
I'm gonna go over here,
Okay.
but I figured I'd kick around the table a little bit, you know.
Okay. Give me a perception
And
check.
okay, perception.
And Berwin, that's where you're walking to. You give me a perception check as well. Disadvantage for low light, unless somebody has a torch.
I do.
I have a torch, but I haven't lit it yet. But anyway,
Despite the windows being all busted out and open, not
Uh,
very much
13.
sunlight gets through them. 13? Berwin, what'd
Yeah.
you get?
A 7.
A 7. Okay. Damn.
holy shit! Who rolled the 20?
I'm trying to get rid of a die. I'm sorry.
Okay,
No, dude,
Roscoe,
roll a
there's
20 every time.
when you kick at the desk, the wood kind of falls apart, and where it was lopsided, it sort of kind of flops down
Yeah.
and evens out, and this feather falls off onto the ground.
All right,
Pin
I'm gonna
falls
pick up
off,
the feather.
falls over there. It's good sound effects today, guys. Other than that, it's quiet and dark.
Womp womp.
Alright. I'm
All
going
right.
to start making my way towards the back room area.
Okay, Roscoe, give me that. Let me make it a little
Oh.
bigger. It's,
Okay.
we're gonna lose that shit. We're gonna find it.
Yeah, no shit. That looks like a little dark feather. It's a quill feather or
Yes,
something?
it's a quill.
I guess. Okay.
Okay. Damn, Berwin just walked into the invisible space.
Alright, I'm gonna follow Berwin into the invisible space.
All right. So you can see fairly well illuminated around to about here. This corner of the room is completely dark, and the rest of the room is partial.
Alright. Well, I will then light up my hooded lantern to aid. Do I detect any magic coming from this room besides that sphere? I assume is the same as in the last room.
Yes, correct. In the center of the room, you see, looks like Roscoe's memory is a little faded because this is the room where she kept the skull. This is the same place where,
Oh.
if you recall, when you first searched for those missing scrolls of hers in our first few sessions, she also had, she said that this is where her book was kept. She had her magical wards, etc. But as usual, as with everything else, it's completely rotten. The table looks like it's got termites living in it.
Roscoe's
There's
been
no glass.
smoking the halfling's leaf.
Roscoe, give me a perception check at disadvantage, please. Based on
Disadvantage.
sight. Yeah, that corner is
Oh, yeah,
dark.
yeah.
There's no light. Give me some perception, and I will describe things to you.
Oh, halfling luck!
Damn, son. So Roscoe almost trips and falls flat on his face.
Oh!
Roscoe does trip and fall flat on his face.
Whoa. Snap.
How, dude? Throw that dice away.
Damn, son, that's
Throw
the
that fucking
wackiest thing
dice
I've ever
away.
seen. Roscoe.
That is.
Berwin, roll a will save.
I threw that dice away.
A wisdom
That
save, you
dice
mean?
is gone.
Yes, a wisdom save. Thank you.
I
And
missed
I
it. Did
get
Roscoe open a book again?
A 7.
A
I
7.
fell flat. I
Okay,
didn't even
well,
get a
you
chance
are
to open
completely stunned for a moment when you see Roscoe for the first time slip on like a rotten part of the floor and catch his toe, and it looks like he's about to catch himself like he always fucking does, but he doesn't. He fucking falls on his face and skids like 3 feet. And you're stunned for like 10 seconds. Wow.
book. And there's no cell phone cameras. There's no fucking
Just-
YouTube. You can
Just
upload
people
that
living
shit
in the
to.
moment.
Yeah. I think my Google
I mean, there
Hangouts
could
keeps
be an arcane eye
hanging.
anywhere around here.
Corwin isn't even around to fucking record the story and tell it.
It's a shame. I'd write such a ballad.
Anyway,
I think I have. That's the problem. Stupid Firefox window open, hiding, using up all my RAMs.
You gonna help me up, motherfucker? Shit.
All
I
right.
walk over,
Guys are never gonna believe this one.
walk over to Roscoe, just stare at him, like, "You okay?"
Fuck you. It wouldn't have hurt you to shine the fucking light over this way, would it? God damn it. It's
Who
dark
has-
here.
Who has a light, by the way? Did
I
anybody?
do. I
You
lit my
did?
lantern.
Oh,
It's
okay. You didn't.
Rowan has the
Do we
lantern
still
going.
not have 20-foot torchlight? Do I need to get one of those out?
He has a hooded lantern, so it was kind of directional,
That's
I
true.
think.
It's a 30
So,
foot.
It's a
But-
30-foot cone. Okay.
I'm gonna
I
get up.
suppose so.
Just take
We,
that to simplify it. All right, we're good.
We had one at one point. Set
I'm
off
gonna
to the
get
side.
up and look around and see if there's a candle or something around here.
No.
No.
But you can both give me another perception check now that there's light.
Oh yeah, I gotta grab another dice up because I threw that motherfucker away.
I don't blame you, man. That dice. That dice, buddy.
Is an 18
It
for
did
me.
not like me. It was
Okay.
bias.
Got you, Berwin. So Berwin, you
21.
see, so both of you, there's like an old brass, like, like planar, like world planar tracking thingamajig. It's
An astrolabe,
as in an yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, that would be the word for it. Good. Okay, so there's like a brass astrolabe. Here, it's all blue and green from rust and oxidation. This is some sort of display skull, pretty much just what it looks like. These are some old and moldy books. There's a door there's a cabinet right here in the center of the door. Is all off of its hinges. You can see that there's pretty much nothing of any value inside of it at first glance. However, in this corner, what looked like a clock in the dark is actually like a covered bird cage of some kind. Some sort of covered cage.
So, what is the astrolabe made of? Bronze?
Yeah, just brass.
Brass,
Probably
not
want to eat your
animal metal.
soul.
Fuck Roscoe.
Okay.
Fuck, Roscoe's skull's delicious.
Yeah, there's like a
Y'all
sheet
just
over
hating
it,
on Roscoe.
and then there are 2 shelves over here.
I'm gonna go check out the shelves and carefully pick through it
Okay.
to see if anything's intact.
Okay. Berwin?
And I am checking out the bird cage.
Yeah, it's like some sort of covered cage, semi-transparent cloth over it. You can't really. It's a very sheer cloth, but it's dark, and you can't really see what's inside of the cage. It's quiet though.
Well, I peel back the cloth, the
Okay.
veil, as it
Alright.
were.
There's a few, like 3, like bird bones, like rotted away at the bottom of the cage. And like some bird toys hanging from the top, like an old rusty bell and detritus in the bottom. That's a good one, isn't it? Detritus.
Detritus.
Detritus. All right, but it's a shiny gold cage. Gold doesn't really tarnish, so it's gleaming pretty good.
Polly wants a eulogy.
Okay, Roscoe, give me
Recycle that gold
give me
cage.
a investigation or search. Is search still
It's
a skill?
investigation.
Investigation. Give me an investigation roll. It looks like just a bunch of old
15.
moldy books and etc. But mixed in underneath a bunch of old junk. There's a fairly ornate, old-looking, but still intact. There's a ship in a glass bottle. It's over here on your character sheet, because I
Oh.
assume you're going to take it.
Yeah.
Berwin?
Well, I notice this door over here. I'm gonna go examine that now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go collect that gold cage that Berwin left behind.
Okay. Give me a... fuck it. Here you go. There's like a bunch of old junk in it, bird bones and stuff. You just pour them out on the floor.
Yeah.
And, do you have the Hewart's handy haversack on you? I mean, do you have the bag of holding on you?
Is
I
it
would
on?
assume
Moonseam
that
Marauders
I'm the
does not condone
carrier
the
of that.
mistreatment of the dead. Just so that one.
Moonseam Marauders does not condone the popping open of a cold one with the boys.
I'm sure
Definitely
that
not.
Roscoe says a little prayer as he dumps the carcasses out of the little cage. You know.
Do I need sleight of hand to put her in the bag of holding so Berwin doesn't notice or
I
something?
am sure Roscoe does not do that.
No, I'm sure Berwin will just let you put it in there, but
Yeah,
sure you can if you want.
I'm not concerned.
This is the best.
Okay, so inside of that closet is it looks like a washroom. There's like some just pretty much just what you see there. Some clothes, some buckets, pitchers, things like that.
I would like to take a further investigation just to see if there's anything of note amongst the rebel.
All right, give me an investigation roll. Roscoe, what are you getting up to, man? It's actually pretty well
I-
lit over on this side because of that torch.
Okay, I am gonna check out that area where she had the skull. I am gonna investigate that area
Okay.
where she had the skull.
What'd you get, Clint?
And I got a 25.
Okay. Where is your...
I'm gonna wait until you ask me to roll this time.
Your blue. Yes, please do. You find perfume, an old bottle of perfume, and a somewhat rusty but still intact mirror, as well as a silver ring among all the junk. Or it's kind of moth-eaten cloth, old clothes, rags, things like that. Roscoe, you find it's. What'd you get?
I didn't roll yet.
Yeah, I know. My bad. Thank you for waiting, though. Makes it a lot easier for me.
Investigation. I
Mhm.
think that's 10.
Okay. Are you using the magnifying glass?
Oh yeah.
That means you get
So I get
advantage.
advantage, right?
Yep.
Yeah. 11.
11. Okay, well, it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty much like you would expect it to. It's an old, rotting wooden table inside of a glass cabinet. or busted glass cabinet. You see the familiar runes that you inspected the first time that you were back here. That were supposedly her warding runes that were protecting the inside of the case. Pretty much as you would expect. Nothing particularly unusual.
Hey, Berwin,
Mm-hmm.
do you recognize these runes? I mean, I recognize them as runes of protection or warding or something, but I'm no wizard.
Give me an arcana check, Berwin.
19, I believe.
Okay, so when you look at the shard of glass that he shows you that has the like partial piece of an inscription on it, it shows telltale signs of having decayed with the time. Those type of things have to be sort of recast and reinscribed over time, so that gives you an idea of what sort of time passage has occurred here, and it's significant. Sort of re-cements that idea.
It looks like these spells haven't been cast in a long time.
So, that I mean that this was fresh. We've seen this recently. So if this looks like it hasn't been cast in a long time, then apparently something has rapidly aged everything, and that looks like what happened here.
Very unusual.
I got a sample of the poison, and I really suspect this is Shadowfell related because I took a sample from the thorns in the Shadowfell. I guess we could compare the sample. Maybe my gnomish contact would have some technology to look at this closer
Sounds like a good idea.
to see if they're the same poisons.
Will do.
I mean, all that would tell us was that this is the same Shadowfell plant, but
That is my suspicion as well. But I think that is a good idea to do some testing on the poison. Anyway,
okay.
I'm
One
gonna
of the
start
guards
heading-
outside has a coughing fit. You hear sort of squeaking metal and that sort of thing. Other than that, it's extremely quiet in here. And again, all of the windows are broken. The glass that's left is extremely dusty. But even with the busted windows, there's not very much sunlight that makes it in here. Berwin starts up the creaky stairs. Roscoe, you're left down here sort of on your own. As he starts to walk up the stairs about halfway. The rest of the room, this area is also illuminated well enough for you to see. It's in dim light. So
Yeah.
you have disadvantage, but you are still, you won't be in complete darkness like you were over on the other side.
Okay.
Or you can follow him up the stairs.
Did we check this side of the room?
No.
I'm gonna go over here and inspect this.
Okay.
And actually, I do have a lantern, I do believe, with my thieves.
My lantern
Tools.
has a 30-foot radius, so it should pretty much light up the whole room, even if I'm in a corner.
Yeah, but you're going up the stairs.
Ah,
so
that's
your
true.
piece
Where the wall
blocks.
blocks off. I see.
So give me a... Did you do your roll at disadvantage? I'm sorry. Spaced.
I was looking to see if my thieves tools had candle or something. No, they don't. God damn it.
I didn't keep any of those candles I gave y'all. You sold them all, huh? For like
I
5
mean,
copper.
I
I just gotta
have
get my
candles.
copper, baby. All right.
I have Dungeoneers kits, all kind of other kits, but I left them on my donkey.
I have candles. Before I head upstairs, I'll toss Roscoe a candle.
Okay.
Oh,
That'll give you
okay.
It takes you a little bit longer to do your search, but there's no disadvantage. Okay, so there's a cabinet over here. There's a glass bottle on top, and wooden door. That's, again, it's broken and off of its hinges, but it is still closed.
Wooden door broken off its hinges and closed where?
On the cabinet that you're standing in front of.
On the cabinet?
Yep. Glass bottle on
Oh.
top, and then the rest of the stuff on top is just all. Yeah, give me some rolls, or what are you doing?
I'll take my dagger and just pop open that cabinet. Just pop.
Okay, it opens. There are more glass bottles inside.
Empty
as well
glass
as-
bottles, or they have something in them, or
Excuse me. There are 3 inside. That do. And I'll put those.
I'm
on your
taking
character sheet
those.
for if you'd like.
yeah,
Wrong side. I'm way inverted from what I usually am over here.
I'm taking fine wine
All
all
right.
day long.
All right, and the bottle on top is empty, but it's a fancy bottle. It's got a label with a wax seal on it and stuff.
I'll take
Berwin?
that too.
You're continuing upstairs. All right,
It
Roscoe.
looks fancy. I'm gonna take that bottle too.
There's a fireplace that you spend a moment inspecting, and it's just
Okay.
rotten wood and ash, and you are left downstairs alone.
All right, I'm gonna go upstairs.
Oh, shit, I forgot to do my roll. Oh, lucky. Okay. So Roscoe follows Berwin upstairs, and we'll pull that.
After looting every goddamn square inch of that bitch.
I'm sure we missed something.
I don't know. I have kind of a fine-tooth comb on that
I
one,
am
dude.
turned around. There we go. That's why I'm
Hey, we
confused.
are investigating. We are doing some detective work. We
That
gotta
is
take-
exactly what I call it.
We gotta
every
take
time.
stuff.
Hey, anything could be a clue,
That's
right?
what I call it every time investigating.
All right, everybody, blindfolds. And let me put out the hidden area.
Investigate the fuck out of that bank. I might need a
Where?
bathroom break soon.
Okay, we can run a commercial break here. Actually, it's probably a good idea. Let's do that real quick while I get these hidden areas set up, and then we'll finish up. Those of you who are at the castle, there are pretty much nothing left for you to do until I give you that information dump, which I was going to do after this. So, yeah, we'll be right back.
Aye. Right back.
Yar. Truck door. or popping that coke.
Yeah, I need to get that a sound effect on the table. It's an easy one to record. Like, it's good too, man. Like, it's nice and ripe for it.
Nice. I thought that was a sound effect for a second there.
Man, it's been, that whiskey's been sitting in my fucking back seat of my truck.
Ooh.
It shouldn't fucking be
Oh,
there,
right.
by the way.
I am back.
You know, I didn't realize it was still there. It was there from Rinfest, and when I cleaned out some junk in the back at the beginning of when I hauled my trailer out to Sherwood. I found 2/5 of whiskey with like a shot left in each one of them. I was like, man, that's a good thing I didn't get pulled over with that shit under my seat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and a half a
Louisiana,
joint, too.
That's absolutely open container. In Louisiana, there's a weird fucking law. If you have a 6-pack with one beer missing, they will call that a goddamn open container.
Even if it's like
I did not
in your
realize
trunk or
that.
something.
If you're going to a barbecue, exact situation. If you're going to a barbecue and you drank a beer before you left the house, and you're bringing 5 of a 6-pack,
Yeah.
and you get pulled over with that shit.
Yeah, but if you drink a beer before you leave your house, aren't you? Well, I guess you don't drive.
What if I
so
drank a
guess
beer the
not,
night
but,
before?
Yeah.
What if I'm one of those freaks?
Hey man, I'm just going by the
Weirdos.
story you told me, bro.
I know.
That's right. Don't be
I'm just
changing
going
up
by
the facts after the
story
facts.
I tell the lawyer. I'm going by the story I tell the lawyer. What if I drank a beer the night before, and I just had 5 left, and I wanted? That's the story I tell the lawyer.
Shad, they
Ignorance
can't do
of the
nothing.
law.
They can't do nothing to you, no matter how much liquor you got, if it's in your trunk. So
Ignorance of the law
well,
is not
I don't know about
breaking
Lucy
law.
Motors does not
Louisiana's
condone
weird.
fooling the police officers.
Louisiana just
or
wants to throw everybody
drinking
in
and
jail.
driving,
Yeah,
intoxicated
Louisiana really
driving.
does just want to throw everybody in jail. That is totally a fair statement.
Yeah,
That is actually
fucking
accurate.
look it up. That is a fucking accurate statement.
yeah.
First, you know, with for a state, an entire state that has
I gotta-
0.07 million less people than Harris
Yeah.
County, they've got more people in prison per capita than fucking China does.
Yeah.
All right, let's not get started with that. Berwin,
Okay.
are you back?
Politics.
I'm here.
Laissez les bons temps rouler, Shad.
Indeed. You know,
Let it
I gotta
roll.
say though, I love Louisiana, I really do, but that shit is
Yeah.
too much. All right,
I
Berwin,
do,
you make
I
it.
do miss the swamp.
Ah, man, yeah. All right, Berwin, you make it up the stairs. There's a wooden table. It's got some assorted decorative kind of skulls, just like what you saw downstairs. There's a globe, as you see there. There's a glass bottle. Over on the other side of the room, this place is fairly well illuminated without your torch. On the other side of the room, there's like exactly what it looks like, a barrel with a tap on it, and some other barrel containers that have like rolls of paper.
And
And 2
I'm
doors.
not detecting any magic as well
No.
on this floor in this
No.
room.
No.
Let's see, vial. Just giving my inventory a quick glance.
Okay. You hear Roscoe
And we're done with
downstairs.
that.
Sounds like some glass bottles tinkling together. Sounds like he found some
Just-
liquor.
I
Hey,
just
Berwin,
muttered,
I've got
so-
something else to put in the.
You hear his voice from
that?
downstairs, but it sounds like it's real far away.
Anyway, I go
What the
back
hell
to
is
the
that?
table.
That's probably
Hell,
my dog.
man,
That's
drinking.
that's-
sounded
Oh yeah, it did sound like a dog drinking.
Yeah.
All right.
That was Roscoe walking up the stairs.
Okay.
Slosh, slosh,
So,
slosh, slosh. That's hilarious.
give me a
Yeah.
give me a search or
Investigation.
search. Not a skill in 5th edition anymore. Why do I have so much trouble
Okay.
grasping the 5th edition skill list? I don't
You're just so
understand.
used to like there
There's
being
20
more.
of them. Investigation is
Because
wait,
you're
Run
not
this
22.
edition maybe twice.
What'd you get?
3 times.
22.
22. Okay, there's a nice looking hourglass on that table. Other than that, it's just sort of, stuff that would be fairly common to you. Decorative kind of things.
What's the deal with all these skulls? I was very macabre.
I would think it'd be fairly common for a wizard.
Yeah.
Is Berwin not into skulls?
I mean, it depends on what
do-
kind of wizard, I would
bro.
think.
I do have a giant troll skull decorating my ship, so yeah, I
see,
guess
there you
you're
go.
right.
I mean, they're not like, I know there's a human skull right there on the screen, but they're not human skulls. If they were, I'd describe them that way. They're just, magical or like oddity kind of things.
And we killed
Like
that
a human
troll fair and
skull.
square. We killed
I mean,
that
listen,
troll
if you
fair
live in a
and
place
square.
like the Forgotten Realms, there's so many cooler things to have a skull of than a fucking human, really.
For real.
All right, so Berwin, you're whoa, where are you going?
Falling over.
Could have a
trying to go
dragonborn
to-
Doing some
skull
backflips and shit.
or an elf skull.
Doing some exercise yoga over there.
Right.
Warrior 2.
What are you getting up to, Berwin?
I want to go look at these scrolls. You
Okay.
said there were scrolls and barrels.
Yeah, it's just rolls, big rolls of paper, vellum for scribing scrolls, but they're all moldy and spotted. Those types of papers are, they're made to last a little longer than your standard paper does, but they still don't look like they're in very good condition.
All right. Whoa.
Give me a perception
With
check.
am I upstairs yet?
Not yet.
No. Okay.
I got a 13.
Okay. You notice a drip from the tap that's on the bottle. Right about this time, Roscoe comes storming up the stairs with carrying 3 bottles of wine like a baby. He's like, I'm assuming he's asking for the bag of holding.
Yeah.
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 I'm narrating too much, man. Sorry. Yeah, no. Roscoe comes running up the stairs with some
that's what
bottles.
I asked for earlier. I was like, I found some. Can I put these bottles of wine in the bag?
Yeah, he
Just-
sounds
I
much
just-
closer now.
I just place it on the ground while I'm investigating. Let him.
Okay, I'll put the
stuff in
Berwin just
there.
don't give a fuck
the
about
bottles
no
of
bag
wine and
holding.
the empty bottle in there.
I'm gonna go take a taste of that drip. See what it is.
Okay.
Cause what are these scrolls? I might be able to copy them. I mean, I am quite proficient in copying things. Forgery, some might call it if
You
they
know,
want to be assholes about it. but-
You're also quite proficient about setting off wizard traps in wizard domains. Not that I'm there to tell you that.
But hey, I mean, things happen.
So Berwin, when you put your finger under the tap, there's some moisture. You can pull it back, and it's sort of red, kind of sticky, maybe, but it's very thin, red, kind of watery.
I'm tasting it.
All right, it tastes good as hell. Tastes
Hey,
like
good as hell.
tastes like some finely aged wine.
Hey,
What's-
Roscoe,
what's your
you got some
favorite
extra
fruit?
bottles?
What's
My
Berwin's favorite fruit?
Oh man, oh.
Oh wait, I got
Come
that.
Come on, man! You didn't
fancy
think your
bottle.
favorite fruit on character creation? What's wrong with you?
Limes.
I got that. I got
Lime.
that fancy
Limes.
bottle.
Do they make lime
Persimmons.
wine? Well, they do fucking now. It's lime wine. I guess it's
Got a
not
lot
red
of,
then.
A lot of
Right.
acid. I don't know.
Lime,
I don't know.
wine.
Whatever, dude. But it's good.
Lime, wine.
It's like a margarita,
Black
bro.
wine.
To my head.
It's good as hell.
But
Tasty
I'm gonna
stuff.
take that
Tastes
fancy
as good
bottle
as
I
hell.
found
Okay.
and I'm gonna
Cause
fill
I
it up
love
with
my
wine.
lime wine.
All right.
Lime wine.
Give me a
Man, we
perception
starting a
check.
wine collection up in here.
A lime wine.
I am kind of
That's
starting a wine collection if you hadn't noticed.
I still got that Shadowfell wine.
Oh shit, you got a vintage.
Uh-huh.
the stuff is pretty vintage too.
Oh.
Remember, this whole place is aged like hundreds of years.
Yeah. Perception, you say?
That's like instant vintage.
Oh,
I
you
got
want
a
to make some
16
wine?
if you were asking
you
me.
just do
I
whatever
got
you
a
do
26. I got a 26 on
Oh, there's
perception.
another empty bottle on the table.
Oh, hey, filling that up too.
All right. There you go. Boom.
Boom.
All right. I'm gonna go into this door next.
Okay. Roll me a reflex save. I'm kidding. The door opens, and on the inside there's a dark closet.
Not anymore.
From there, you can't see all that much from where you are. Okay, so there's like some old moth-eaten clothing on a shelf here, and on top of the shelf as well, another closed door.
A closed door on top of the shelf?
A busted window. No, the closed door is on the other side of the room. Can you not see it?
No, I can.
Okay.
You just didn't punctuate.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I forget commas.
It's all right. I'm gonna go through the other door now. Check
Okay.
it out.
Okay, so in here is just a pile of holy clothes.
I'm gonna dig through that.
Okay, give me a search roll.
I was digging through her dirty laundry. That was going on.
Oh, my dirty laundry.
Hey! I'm doing detective work.
It is actually pretty smelly. It was dirty 100 years ago.
15.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so it's not that hard to find. There's a wooden, steel reinforced wooden box at the bottom of all the clothes. It is also very old looking, but it's it's another of those things that's meant to last a while, so it's still intact.
Anything magical about it that I can detect?
No.
Alright, well, I am gonna grab it.
I am also surprised that Roscoe did not try to put the keg in the bag of holding. I just saw that. I am. Yeah, now that you say that,
He'd
yeah,
probably
I got a
do
point.
it.
Oh, I forgot
He's
to
in
roll them
the
both.
juice.
Bing. Come on, 20.
Roscoe is
85,
wheezing
son
the
of a bitch.
juice.
All right.
Roscoe's sitting there sucking down
No,
that
wheezing the
that
juice.
Keg. Whoa, Roscoe's wheezing the
Always gotta
juice.
wheeze the juice.
There's not that much left in there, but yeah, you get the drags at the end, and it's kind of like. All
And
right,
I'm
but
chewing it now.
so Berwin, you find this box. It's about 2 feet wide by about 1 foot thick by about 2 feet deep.
Whoa, that's big. That's pretty big.
Yeah, it is.
How is can I actually carry it by myself?
Yeah, it's not that heavy, but I mean it's heavy, but yeah, you can carry it.
Well, I
Do you
guess
wanna
I'll just
open it?
investigate it. And yeah, I was thinking it was smaller, so yeah. I'm
you
just
could
gonna
also drag it
investigate.
out of the closet. I mean, yeah, you can move it, sure. Give me an investigation roll. Actually, give me an Arcana check, please. Instead, I mean, you could use the same number, just instead of the
rolled-
investigation.
Nope, I didn't. I'm going with that. It's gonna be a 21.
All right, 21. So you see that there's with
Blackjack.
your detect magic and whatnot that's active. It looks like there's sort of the remnants of a glyph of warding spell.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously no longer active. It shows the same sign of just arcane deterioration as the
Alright.
stuff downstairs.
Is it locked?
It is, but as soon as you touch the lock that's on it, it just breaks.
Does that?
Yeah, it just breaks off.
All right. I'm rubbing my hands together as to open it. And
You need some
Okay,
help
so
or
you're
something,
the
mate.
light.
So you're
the
still
light
hanging
on
out
what's
in the
inside.
linen closet over
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
though,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yes.
Roscoe, Berwin is like fucking waist deep in a pile of dirty laundry when you walk into the closet, and you see him in kind of in here. We probably can't stand on that. Yeah, of course not.
Hey, you need some help, mate.
I'm all right at the moment.
All right.
His voice is muffled by a bunch of old smelly undies. All
I
right.
mean,
So Berwin,
All
there's your box. Go ahead and give it a search. So again, you detect that there's an ancient glyph of warding. That's, again, it's not active, but it was obviously trapped at one point.
It looks like I found some good stuff in here, Roscoe.
good stuff in where? In the laundry?
Yep.
Okay.
That doesn't happen very often. Oh
Oh,
no,
well,
man!
I mean, I'm
Padair
expecting
comes out and
somebody left some
he
fucking
starts.
change in their pocket and shit.
Padair comes out and he starts just chewing on old dirty laundry and tearing it up even more.
Nice little snack.
Jesus
for my
Christ, man. That's more than a little change in the pocket, dude. What is that? Hold up. Okay, put that in the bag of holding. Shit.
Safekeeping.
You could leave it in the chest if you want. Somebody can also take that chest as a container if you like it.
Well, you said it was like 2 feet deep.
Yeah, but
It's
I
a
just
pretty
mean
healthy
I
size.
just mean take it as a container on the table. I
okay.
mean, look how big Al's chest is. It has all this inventory.
Well, I can't actually.
Yeah,
grab it. You have it
I got
locked.
enough.
I like big
containers.
chests,
Yeah.
and I cannot lie.
Shouldn't be locked.
I like big chests and I cannot lie. I agree with that statement.
So whoever wants it can take it, or I'll delete it or whatever. So yeah,
All right.
Roscoe Berwin comes out of the closet with an equal or greater amount of glass bottles in his arms.
Jesus Christ, man. Well, I think I killed the keg. But there was another room. There's
There's another room. I think I killed the whole keg.
Yeah. I think I finished the keg. There's another room.
Oh right.
Maybe there's more.
Another room.
All right. So as you open
Maybe
that
there's
door,
more.
you see a bedroom with a stray door there. Why is that door? That's probably from the bottom floor. Oops. Yeah, that's not there. Okay, so inside of the room, there's a big canopy bed and a foot locker at the bottom of it, or at the foot of the bed. There's
Excuse
a wardrobe next to it that is also from downstairs and does not belong here. And then in this corner, there's a very comfy looking chair at a writing desk with 2 bookstands, a bookstand on either side, and a small box or small crate of rolled up vellums. These have the distinct look of being prepared spell scrolls.
I want to check the lectern
Okay.
first.
Roscoe, you're at the footlocker on the bed?
Yeah.
Okay, it looks just like what I described the last one. It doesn't. It has a
No,
lock
the
on
lock
it, but
is old
it
and
just falls right off
broken.
when you open it.
Okay.
It squeaks really loud when you open it up. And among old clothing and things like that, you find. Give me a search roll or investigation.
Uh, 16.
Okay, and put it on your character sheet.
All right.
There's an ivory statuette of a mermaid, and some chalk.
Party.
Wizards and their damn chalk.
I got chalk.
Okay,
already,
Berwin.
but Okay.
On the lectern is vellum pages that are it's very expensive paper that's used to make scrolls, and it looks like normally when you make a scroll, right, you scribe out your thing and then you cut it off and then you roll it up, right, so it's like a short piece of paper, but this looks like do you remember those old dot matrix printers that had the little spools that would just pull the paper through and just print it and just line after line of page after page after page. They would just spill out, and they all were all perforated, and you had to tear them. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I do.
that. Just spilled over the back, one long sheet of decayed scroll vellum.
So there's no legible writing or anything.
Oh yeah, it's give me a perception check. It's very difficult to read. The handwriting is fucking garbage,
18
which
plus
is unusual for a person who scribes scrolls. I would think.
23.
23. Okay, so you can tell that it's despite the reason that you're having trouble reading it is that it's not only terrible penmanship, but it's also in magically obscured language.
All right.
I'm gonna go get some more coffee.
Do I have that monocle in the bag?
I don't know.
I've
you
got
tell
more
me.
rum
In
and
the bag
coke.
of folding.
It's in the bag.
Yeah.
Lots of rum and coke.
Well, I'm gonna aid my investigation with that when he gets back.
You gonna aid your investigation with rum and coke?
Delicious.
That's the best
way to aid an
investigation.
Sailor
That's
Jerry.
for us, eh?
Okay, so
Release the Kraken.
when you read
Kraken was too sweet.
again, it's an enormously long spool of paper that's unrolled. But when you read the most recent segments, it just sounds like madness. Just none of it makes any sense whatsoever. It does not appear to be any sort of cipher. It just seems to be nonsensical ravings.
Is there anything that is legible, like as I go further back?
The further back that you go, the more legible it becomes. Right? The handwriting and the verbiage, and it. How long are you going to spend reading it? Are you going to take the spool back to the ship, or are you going to do this all here?
I guess I can take it if I, we don't want to spend all day.
It does seem as though it would be more convenient, despite the fact that the monocle lets you read very, very quickly. It is like I said, it's an extremely long. It's like an entire spool of paper that's just written out all sorts of shit.
Then it's going in the haversack for now.
Okay. Roscoe. Berwin is over there rolling up, again, this very long, moldy ream of paper. And you've got your little trinkets out of the box. What are you doing?
What is this?
That is like a cabinet, like a wardrobe. An
I'm gonna
ornate.
go check that out.
armoire.
I'm gonna go investigate that.
Okay, give me your investigation roll.
Because Roscoe is gonna make sure he picks every bone clean.
You hear Pereira come out again and just make that sound,
15.
breathing like a pug. Okay. Okay, so inside of the wardrobe, you see more, clothing that was once very ornate, very fine clothing, but it's just eaten to death by moths. Although at the bottom there is a leather shoulder sling, that sort of like a over-the-shoulder kind of fanny pack sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's got 2 vials of alchemist fire inside of it.
Hey, Berwin. You might like this. I hand it to him.
It's on your character sheet.
Okay.
I'm looking at it. I'm investigating.
It's a ranged weapon. Sets them on fire.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
Very.
Okay, so about the time that Roscoe finishes searching through that cabinet, you've got all the paper rolled up and shoved into the bag of holding that you've had to go back into the other room and pick up off the floor.
So you said they had something that appeared to be spell scrolls?
Yeah, that thing you're pointing at right there.
Yeah, that's what I want to investigate next.
All right. So it's a crate where your common sense would tell you that this is where she did her work. And it's a crate of scrolls, prepared spells. Here you go.
If they had they're magic. I guess they don't decay like all the other stuff. Huh?
I don't know.
That is an interesting idea. But these look all intact, so put those with the booty for now. Oh.
I need to bring my OBS screen in some so I can see this chat. I can't make it that. It's a pain in the ass.
Alright.
There we go. Now I can see it. Sorry about that, guys. I've been pretty absent from the chat today.
I
Okay.
think we've got everything we could out of this place.
Yep, and about this time, you hear some thunderous footsteps on the stairs. Squeaking metal.
Master, I think that's all we got. I think we should let the guards do their thing. I think we've got all we can.
Berwin?
I head
heavy
towards
metal
the door.
footsteps coming up.
Yeah, I head towards the door.
All right, so you're gonna meet the guard at the door right
Yes.
here. As you come to the door, you
Mhm.
almost run headfirst into this guard that doesn't have a whole lot of perception through his service helmet.
I'm
as it
tagging
were.
along right behind Berwin too. If somebody wants to move my mini.
Okay, sure. And he almost bumps directly into you, and he says, "Oh, sorry, sir. I came up to see if there was anything you needed assistance with."
No,
It's
our
kind of boring
investigation is
outside the door.
complete now.
Nah, who wants to
But
come
we
into
do
this place?
appreciate. Well, there's not a whole lot interesting, but we've found all we've needed, and we do appreciate
Master.
the help.
Master, maybe they have heard things or seen things that have passed. I don't know. I just want to record everything. I'm sorry.
I quickly shush Roscoe. I say to the guard, "Is there any information that you might be able to give us?"
He shrugs and he says, "Nothing that you wouldn't already know as an agent of the Crown."
All right then. We'll be on our way then, I suppose.
All right. Well, he shrugs
Excuse
and
me, sir.
he
Excuse
shrugs
me,
and
sir.
steps aside, and he said, "Would you like
What?
to?"
Sorry.
He's not really sure if he should let you go in front of him or if he should go first, or he sort of has like this sort of moral quandary for like where he stands based on like respect and rank and whatnot. So he sort of, confusedly is like offering to let you go first, but he's also sort of on his way out down the stairs.
Anyway, Roscoe, you were saying?
I'm gonna master goes first. Master goes first. Excuse me. I'm sorry, sir, but my master goes first. I'm
sorry.
I'm ushering you along, going downstairs.
I'm sorry. Are you like trying to sound like Dobby on purpose?
I didn't watch. I really didn't watch.
I don't know no Henry Potters.
No.
All right, so the guard
watched,
looks
like,
at you guys
Harry
confusedly,
Potter that
and he
stuff.
just
I'm
turns
just-
and he
that
shakes his
Potter
head and turns
clan.
and walks back down the stairs and leaves you alone. It's
Same
very
character
quiet.
influences, if that's what you're asking.
Fucking wizards.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking more of fucking.
All right, so what are you guys
Oliver
doing?
Twist. But yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Excuse me, sir. May I have another?
Well, I suppose at this point I want to head back to the ship and further investigate that long ledger scroll, whatever logbook, journal,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay,
Then-
while he's doing that, I
Yep.
want to go talk to Jerome,
Okay.
and then I'm going to go talk to Mr. Okra.
Okay.
Or actually,
does
other
any-
way around. Mr. Okra, then Jerome.
Okay, I'm going to switch back to the guys at the castle first. But I will get back to that momentarily. Does anybody want this chest, or should I delete it?
I got plenty.
Anybody? Anybody? Going once?
Get rid of it.
Going twice? Goodbye.
Actually, no,
Too
it's
late.
anyway.
It's gone. I'll get another one. Don't worry. Let's clear that out.
You
Let's go
failed.
back to Flan. Get rid of these stupid doors.
How do I go in that building then, bro?
How you
Are we
what?
suddenly in Planescape? What happened?
How you what and who?
I said, how do I go in that building then?
Oh, there's no building there.
Oh.
It's just a fake door. Okay.
Hold on,
So
before me and Berwin part,
City of Doors.
where's Berwin's character? There it is. I'm going to drop these flasks off. Oh, that's not.
drop
that's not
these
a
flasks off.
With Berwin, so he can check them out.
Oh,
Oh, the poisons.
But
I
yeah,
thought
yeah,
you were
yeah.
taking those to your friend.
Oh, I was gonna let you look into those.
I surely can.
Okay.
And
So there's a
mine.
disguise
I'll take
kit.
that. Get your fucking hands off of that.
Well, don't put it in the middle of the table, bro.
Hey, hey.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to you guys at the
Mistakes
castle.
can be
Alth and
What?
Lucian, there are royal servants that periodically walk around the courtroom of the the entry hall of the castle, and they've got like these big fruit platters with like pears and stuff like that on them. I'm sure Lucian's probably stuffing his face, right?
He probably is.
Oh, is he?
Some
he's on the
buffet
phone. Yeah,
at
my
the
bad.
castle.
Okay,
I declined the first few, but eventually I take like a small piece.
Nah, bro, you don't have a chance to decline. You start declining, I start taking.
Yeah,
all right, so Corwin.
you can
Aye.
finger dipping into that
What
shit.
she details to you is that the morning, so it is current day is Flame Rule the 5th, which is like July the 5th, 1485.
Happy
Oddly
Independence
enough,
Day.
the year is called the Year of the Iron Dwarf's Vengeance.
Wow.
Yeah, coincidental, right? I didn't know that until today. She tells you that on the morning of the 3rd, so 2 days ago, while you guys were in Zinto Keep, the citizens around Podol Plaza, between Podol Plaza and the shipyard, over by the Laughing Goblin, woke up to corpses in the street. The corpses were rotted nearly beyond recognition, mummified, basically. A lot of them were piles of dust and bones and
Also dope.
bits
and
of
bus?
cloth. No, that is not what I said. All right, that's not what I meant to say. Piles of bone and dust with like tattered clothing and remnants of their possessions. And there was a trail from Aya Glenmere's house to the end of the docks, or to the docks themselves. These docks, not the ones that you're at. Docked at.
Understand.
There are no one has come forward as a witness. It seems as though everyone who witnessed her, presumably her departure, being that the trail starts at her house and envelops her house as well. It seems as though anyone who witnessed her passing is no longer in the realm of the living. So it's sort of an after-the-fact kind of third-party story from the get-go.
This is quite a tale, lass.
Indeed. I don't really...
Now you said it.
No witnesses at all.
No
No
one's
one
come forward.
spoke to the lady before the event. No one's come forward and said, "Oh, she was acting just fine."
Yeah. Well, I mean, people have talked to her before. She ran a scroll shop. Corwin, you may or may not actually be familiar with her as a character, but she's been an ally. Just to fill you in, because I know you're late sometimes for work. She's been an ally of the party since the very beginning. They were very suspicious of her in our first and second sessions. They were looking for some stolen scrolls from the library.
Right.
And she was a person who had some of her books stolen, and they were very suspicious of her from the get-go, but she turned out to be an ally to the party, a person that
Understand.
Berwyn has gone to and purchased scrolls from on the regular. So to answer that question, yes, it was very sudden. Sudden and unexpected.
Well, I thank you so much, lass. Is there anything I can do for you in return?
She shrugs and she opens the door and ushers, she offers you to go ahead of her back out into...
Clearly, you can get the fuck out.
Yeah, you
And
can
that's
see
exactly
your,
what I'd
your
do.
party members standing outside munching down on pears.
Delicious. All right, well, I head on
Lucian
back out,
fucking
and
destroying
I'll
the
inform
buffet.
everyone of what I've been told.
I think Lucian eats a pear like sideways, from the bottom, like the big fat part.
I thought I would eat it from the top, actually, the other way. Like,
Yeah, like the
'cause
skinny
I could
part?
Fit, like, farther.
I
Yeah, the
figured
skinny
he'd just
part
throw
first,
the
and then
whole
just
thing in his
eventually
mouth.
get down to the.
I assumed he'd eat like Goku and just throw the whole thing in like
Well, no,
5 of
choke.
them at a time and shit.
All right. So you guys see Corwin and the elderly steward, castle steward, come out of the side room that they went into momentarily, and they were in there for about 20 minutes. She was telling the story, and obviously I'm telling you the abbreviated version. She gives you much more detail. We'll fill that in as necessary. So you guys see Corwin come out.
Hey, Corwin.
Corwin,
Hey, lads, have I got a tale to tell you?
can we discuss it on the way out?
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
With haste, if you don't mind, lad. Let's go ahead and just bugger out.
I've had my fill of this place.
Twice
I have
over.
not.
Even the lawful are not happy with Stojanal Gate.
Who are you
Jesus
calling
Christ.
lawful?
No, it's not. It's not about lawful, because this isn't a lawful evil city. It's about good versus evil.
Yeah. But
Towards a good
Stojanal
character, that would
Gate
not be
is
an
like-
acceptable type of punishment.
Yeah.
Right. So where are we heading? Should we head back to the Goblin then?
It's not a bad idea there, Off. Let's do that.
Let's
I would agree.
let's swing by Aya's to make sure our companions are done on our way, and if we don't see
That
them,
sound-
we'll carry on to the Laughing Goblin.
Sounds good.
We could also pick up the trail from like Ayas to the docks, correct? And maybe we find something
it
interesting
didn't go
along
to
the way.
the docks.
I thought that's what he had said. I'm sorry, I was on the
I-
phone.
It is. The trail of death and carnage and decay leads from Maya's house to a particular area down in the docks.
Oh,
No.
okay.
See. So we can follow that as well and see what we see. It's up to you. Corwin, you were the one that spoke to the woman. So, what do you think?
I think we should probably try to follow this trail and get as much information as we can. I'm not sure what's going on,
Alright,
but
fine.
it's
We'll
not
do that.
good.
Okay,
No.
so you guys are talking amongst yourselves, and you pass by Aya's place, which is 17. So you guys are passing through Poto Plaza. As you pass the front of Aya's, what is it, Minor Mystical Emporium,
I went to Mr. Oaker's.
you find
My
that
mystical emporium.
you find that there is only one guard standing outside of the door this time.
Oh, that's curious. Did they find all they needed? I wonder.
I'm sure Roscoe found everything there was to find.
Or perhaps something's amiss and they're already inside and the guard has gone in after them. Maybe we should lurk about a minute and see what's happening.
We could, or we could just ask the guard.
Oh, by all means.
I could always just sneak in.
Yeah, hold on the sneaking until we know for sure whether or not we can just ask. Yeah.
All right.
So, guardsman, what? I passed by here earlier and I saw that an entire sort of squad of you were here. And
There
now
were
there's
only
but
two.
one of you. Oh, there was only two. Okay, well, there's now only one of you. Is everything well? Anything amiss?
He just kind of he opens up his little peeper thing at you, and he narrows his eyes, and he says, "Keep moving," and then he closes it.
Fine. Just just come from the keep and investigating some of the happenings. Just trying to.
He slams
trying
the
to
bit.
help
He
out.
slams the butt of his halberd on the ground, like while you're speaking.
All right, I'll just go ahead and I'll carry on then. I'll just walk.
Carry on then.
I'll be gone.
All right.
The
So you guys
dragonborn
turn
just
around
like,
and,
oh shit.
and you're following the path that she laid out, correct?
Aye.
So Corwin, you're going to lead them down. You know, she named the streets and whatnot. She gave you, good enough description. So it passes sort of by Mr. Okra's. Fortunately, Mr. Okra is outside screaming about his squash and whatnot. I
I
got
was
y'all
about
the
to say,
squash.
yes,
Yeah, no,
yes,
Mr. Okra's
Mr.
safe,
Okra,
dude.
okay.
Yeah, Mr.
All right,
Okra's good.
fine.
It was before. It obviously happened like earlier in the morning, like before he was out. All right, so it goes down this, street right here, right? And
I should be at Mr. Okra's.
No, y'all are still
No,
inside.
you guys are still in IS. Trust me, man. I'm on top of this. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So you guys continue down this alleyway, and I actually distinctly said that there was one guard outside, which should imply to you that this is during the time where the guard is upstairs talking to Berwin. So you guys are occupied. Okay. So it passes by this particular location. None of you are from Flan, are you?
I am not. No.
Although Lucian,
I've been here before.
I think I described this place to you before.
Why
It
don't you
was
describe it
something
to me
that you
again?
just sort of saw. It's a grayish brown stone tower, and it's got like thousands of gargoyles that are carved on the outside, just like ornate, different sizes, different poses, and they just kind of like swirl up and around to the top of it.
Didn't
Corwin,
I try
give
to
me
climb
a
this thing?
give me a
But
history
you told
check.
me there was like a lot of people around.
All right.
Walked up that tower. at one
Yeah, it's
point.
always got some. It's every time you've spotted it in passing, it's had its fair share of guards around it as well.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think we should
15,
try to walk up the
19.
side of the tower.
That'll
one
be
time.
at 20 total.
Okay, so Corwin, you've been through Flan before in your hundreds and hundreds of years of traveling with Ferris and Feldspar's fantastic festival, and you're familiar with Dinlor's Tower. Dinlor's Tower is one of the oldest standing structures in Flan. In all of the time that all the times that Flan has been destroyed and rebuilt on top of itself, Dinlor's Tower is one of the very few buildings that has survived every time. The story behind the building, apparently, is that a number of years ago, there was a wizard. Her name is Rowena, and she was gifted the tower by the Council of Ten, which is the old ruling party of Flan, before the Lord Regent. It was gifted to her for some sort of victory over something that was threatening the city. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that word. So that's the lore behind the tower. The reason it has all these carvings on it, according to the legends, is because she spent a lot of time using shapestone spells to decorate the outside of her home, and she lived there until about 50 years ago when she mysteriously disappeared. Ever since then, after a few years of her not being there anymore, the Lord Regent and the city repossessed the tower and took all of her possessions out, presumably into storage or confiscation, who knows. But it's been just an empty tower that's sort of a historical landmark of Flan for a long time. Nobody really knows what's going on inside of it anymore, but there's really no activity. It's just sort of guarded, presumably just to keep people out.
Right. Well,
Okay, so you guys continue on down this street, cutting a turn here, and then going through this gate, and then you're at the docks.
Is there still like a like, can we still see like the I'm gonna call it like a blight, like on the ground and like the?
No, only at Aya's house is it that intense.
Okay, so that was the only place that it had like a physical.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, all the bodies have been cleaned up. There's no real signs of blight on the grass or the buildings or anything like that. It's mostly focused on her house, and presumably anyone who witnessed her passing through town.
And at the docks on this end, I know we don't spend a lot of time on this one, especially most of us not being from here. But does anything seem like really jacked up? Like maybe like it's like one of the piers, real messed up, or like does anyone have like a ship stolen? Or, like we can just.
The woman did not mention anything to Corwin about any ships being stolen.
not at all.
And as far
Like
as you
from
can
the people
tell,
at the docks.
you ask around and no one, not lately. Not a lot of pirates in Flan. Nobody really understands the context of the question that you're asking, so it's generally a no. But yeah, there's no visible sign of it anymore other than at her house.
So is there any way to track where it may have ended at the docks, like bodies of animals and people or whatnot, or is it kind of just dead-ended somewhere?
It just sort of dead. Well, I mean, you can ask around. If you ask around, people have got their little versions of the rumor and whatnot. One person points to that dock. No, that's the one she left on. No, you fool, that's the one she left on. Nobody knows.
So does she have her own ship then?
Not to your knowledge.
So that's what I was asking about the. Well, then why are they saying that's the one she left on? She flew away?
Well, it would be the dock she used, so we'd have to look and see what ship was anchored at the dock.
That is what they're implying.
That's assuming she used the ship
Yes,
at all.
exactly.
What if she
That
just
is what they're
wandered
implying.
right off into the water?
But both, Lucian and Corwin still have a point with what they're saying.
It's true. She could have just flown off. I look out over the water. Is there any dead fish sort of floating in an area?
No. Well, this has happened a couple days ago, so the trail's probably pretty cold. That's kind of what I was hoping for, like a blight area. Yeah. Or like if the wood was extra rotted or something, you know what I mean?
Nope.
Right.
Oh, what about
no
like,
dead fish, no rotted docks that you can determine.
No dead birds.
What if we got Berwyn next time we see him to come look at like these the pillars of the docks, like that have like barnacles. Perhaps like some of those are dead. Those would take a long time to come back. We don't know how much it would help us to know which dock she left, but you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good idea.
That's like a living thing that wouldn't be replaced in 2 days.
Yeah, but again, I'm not sure if
I'm not sure
that
it
would
would
matter
help.
so much. Probably,
Right.
Probably, honestly, what we should do is just get on a boat and see if we can catch up.
Corwin, you might know the answer to that. Why don't you roll a knowledge nature check, Mr. Bard?
I will do that.
Use your charisma and not your intelligence.
Set 15. Be 19 total.
Even if she would have killed the barnacles, they're mollusks, so they would still visibly be on the
Oh yeah.
the piers.
Right.
Right?
Shell.
Because I mean, a barnacle is like a
The
mollusk that
shell,
lives
the
inside of
barnacle,
shell.
the calcification that they build up
petrified.
would still be adhered. The mollusk that is,
Yeah.
the barnacle
So we
is
wouldn't know
actually a
unless,
little
like, you went
thingy
to,
that
like-
lives deep inside of it.
It would
We
take
could dissect them.
it would take some pretty serious research to actually determine that from
Yeah.
the barnacles beneath the dock.
Science.
Could be done, but
Science.
Corwin kind of tells you that it's a little bit more difficult than all of that, but still possible. Okay, back over to Berwin and Roscoe. You guys walk out of Aya's rotten house into the muddy, dead dirt,
Yeah.
and you stand out in the sunlight again. You can hear Mr.
I'm gonna
Okra
go check
shouting.
with Mr. Okra.
He tells you generally the same story that I told to Corwin.
So
Obviously, it was. He
He's
tells you
all-
he's so glad it was before he came out to work. He was like, "Man, I was late for work that morning, and I was mad, but he didn't die." He said he got out here and there was
Yeah.
just people dead all over the plaza.
so they went over that direction, huh?
And he points to this intersection. He's like, "I didn't follow the trail, but."
Oh, I don't expect you to, Mr. Okra. Please keep yourself safe.
He says, "You too,
This
Roscoe."
This town would fall without Mr. Okra.
He says,
known
I've been
fact,
trying to
Mr.
convince
Oprah's
people that for a
gold, yeah.
decade."
I have to. All right, Mister. I gotta go check on my other sources.
He tosses
You
both
have a
you
good
and
day,
Berwin a
sir.
green apple and says,
Thank you, sir.
sends you off on your way. Berwin, Roscoe, Berwin, you doing anything?
I'm going
Well, I was
over
gonna
to
head-
Jerome's.
Okay.
Back to the ship and ourselves, but I suppose I will note the
Get a
the
little
routes
closer to the
where the
mic.
bodies were not.
Yeah, get a little closer to your mic, Berwin, please.
I was gonna head back to my ship to study that
Okay.
scroll, but I suppose I'll also note, the path where the bodies were or whatnot along the way.
Okay, so you're gonna walk down to the goblin then?
Yeah, sure.
Because it pretty much it pretty much
Yeah,
leads
yeah.
to that direction. So, okay. Well, then when you get to the goblin, you see the rest of the guys standing out, about 100 yards away, on the docks. Where is your mini?
My mini?
There it is. You can keep that light or delete it.
I've got one.
And then Roscoe is going over to Jerome's, which I think is 12 or 6. 6.
Yeah, 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Roscoe, you're gonna go question Jerome about the same thing.
Yeah.
So
'Cause
as not.
Jerome
Mhm.
might have actually had done business with her, having known that she deals in scrolls.
Yeah. No, Jerome tells you she's way too uptight for him.
Okay.
Not his crowd. He doesn't. He knows who she is. He doesn't really associate with her. The trail went in an opposite direction than his shop, thankfully. So he
So nobody he
knows-
knew had
yeah.
any dealings. He
No.
didn't hear about anybody trying to buy the skull.
No,
That's
he's all,
actually
everything
dope.
he knows is third-party information. And when you mention a jeweled skull, he doesn't. He asks for more information because he obviously doesn't know anything.
So I'll raise an eyebrow at him. You don't need more information, motherfucker. I'll let you know.
All right.
So
He grins and he doesn't really respond. He's a man of few words. Sips on his whiskey.
So hold up. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to buy a lantern
Sure.
and some oil.
Clint, do you have a lantern card that I can copy paste?
I have the hooded lantern. Yeah.
Is that what you want, Bourbon?
Yeah.
Okay. There's the lantern.
Roscoe, I'm the only one that doesn't win.
There's a lantern and 2 oils. That's just make it 5 gold.
Okay.
Get that free oil discount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Roscoe, you got all kind of treasures on your character sheet over here. I didn't put them in the bag of holding, by the way. I just stacked them all on your sheet. Okay, so Berwin and Roscoe split their ways. Roscoe goes and talks to Jerome. Berwin follows the same trail. You pass Dinlor's tower as well. You already know the information that I gave to Corwin earlier. Again, it's it's like a tourist attraction is a bad word. What's the word I used earlier? Historical landmark. Yes, everyone knows
Point of
Dinlor's
interest.
tower. Yeah, everyone knows Dinlor's tower to the point where it's just kind of commonplace to people who are from the city. But I hadn't
I
had
want to
it.
go inside.
I hadn't had it marked on the map. So that's why I'm telling you guys about it now. Where'd the coins go? Trash can? All right.
Put them right next to the trash can.
Okay. Well, Berwin, when you arrive at the Goblin, before you step into the door, you notice your compatriots standing over on the docks, looking out across the bay and talking amongst themselves. They don't seem to have noticed you yet.
Well, and I just kind of sideways, sneak up. Just never let them know what's coming. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I guess you guys don't know Berwin is standing behind you. You're just standing on the docks.
Wow, Berwin.
Just us
Don't know.
Give an old man a heart attack.
I just nod at him.
Talk about Roscoe. Jesus Christ. I'm going to get my coffee while you guys figure out what you're going to talk about.
Yeah. So, what did you learn, Berwin?
Well, not too much as of yet. What we've heard is true on the inside as it is on the outside. I did find this scroll with some very odd writing on it. I haven't had time to fully study it, but that'll be my intention tonight.
Aye, fantastic. Yeah, we didn't find much either. The royalty and whatnot, the powers that be, basically don't know jack squat about anything. They basically think that it all started from Aya's house, and there was a trail of death, of decay, and various degrees of just, aged non-living till it ended at the docks, and that's where they disappeared. No one's ever come forward because, well, anyone who was there who saw it apparently isn't living.
All right. Well, we've sort of visually confirmed that as much as possible. I suppose the real question is now, what questions, if you will, is what happened? Where did Aya go? And how can we follow?
The answer is in the scroll that Berwin found, my guess would be.
I surely hope.
Aye.
Are you showing it to him, Berwin?
And I don't think he should be reading it alone. You should have company, lad.
No, I'm not showing them.
Okay.
I'm not about to unfurl a 30-foot long scroll.
That's not what I meant. I was just going to describe, like, the girth.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can kind of.
He said scroll. It's more like a fucking just like a huge tube of rolled up paper. Like it's a lot.
Yeah, like you guys ever watch Naruto?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
that.
Watch what?
That was out of character.
Yes, I know.
Get a scroll like that.
Okay, so that's pretty much the day. Roscoe, you finish up hanging out with Jerome and trading, stories of
Yeah.
daring and
Ne'er-do-well.
yeah, ne'er-do-well, all that kind of stuff. And you step out into Podol Plaza fairly late in the evening, something like 5 or 6.
All right. Suppose I'm gonna head to the Laughing Goblin now.
Okay. Everybody's now at the Laughing Goblin. Roscoe walks in and I guess buys
Hail,
himself
the
a
gang's all
pint
here.
and sits down at the table with the rest of you, I presume.
Yeah.
I motion the barmaid for another round.
Very
Alright,
well.
So-
what's up, Roscoe?
She brings it by post haste. It doesn't take very long.
Did you find anything in the scrolls? Did you find where we need to Did you find where Arya might have went? Aya might have went.
Well, I haven't studied them yet.
Get on it, man.
What
That
have you
sounds
been
like a
doing,
thing.
Roscoe?
Dude,
Having
wait.
can a man have a
We unleashed a devil from the Shadowfell into this realm.
If you recall, I wanted to
mouse
kill
in
it.
your pocket.
I'm fairly
I
certain
like
the two things aren't related.
We need to
I
find this.
defer to your and all's judgment on that case.
You can't just blah 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 and shut everybody up and then not say anything.
Yeah.
Blah, blah,
Come on.
You're supposed to come up with a better point after that. That's what makes it work.
I buy
If
another
we
round
let
for
this-
everyone.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if we let this thing go, if we don't, we don't.
I thought that was a laugh at first. That was pretty good.
All right, that's it. There's like nothing left in that bottle. But Nathan left it.
If we just let this go, then the Shadowfell could take over this realm. We need to find.
Wait. Say, hold on a second. Wait.
I don't-
Pause. Hold on. Let me rotate this. Okay, Roscoe, say that again. The Shadowfell might.
If we let this go, then the Shadowfell might take over this realm.
Oh, come on! You laughed over my fanfare, you jerk.
Sorry.
No worries. All right, so
That was golden.
It's already taken over that small part and even dragged its way to the docks. We could have lost the Laughing Goblin.
I know that.
So that is possible. I don't think the
Why would you
Shadowfell
try?
can overtake this plane, Roscoe.
Oh, it could, lad. It could if it wanted
I think
to.
I think y'all have been hitting the gnome or the halfling pipe a little bit too
The
hard.
dwarf spirits, as it were.
Yeah,
he's still drunk from that exquisite elven wine he was drinking out of the when he was
Right.
wheezing the juice. That's the word. He's still drunk from wheezing the juice.
And Off stops laughing and sobers up very quickly. Regardless, Shadowfell or necromantic energies or whatnot, doesn't matter. The fact remains is that there's a trail of destruction, and our friend, specifically some of us more than others, is directly involved. And if for no other reason, we should honor her and see what we can do to help.
By the way,
I do agree, though.
you guys didn't mention that I asked her to look at the skull, did you?
Oh,
No,
we're not
we-
supposed to say that?
No, of course not.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm just making sure.
To be
lucky
truthful,
for
we
you,
didn't
no
get
one
to say much at all.
wanted to talk to me. Yeah,
How
I
did
just
you
gave you
guys
lots
like?
of food.
So I know all three of you guys are kind of new to Stojanal Gate. How did you guys like it?
Listen, as much as I am around the line between life and death, frankly, the place unnerved me. I'm not a fan.
You see why I
I'm not
avoid that
going
place.
back.
I have been both wrongfully and
So what you're telling me is so that
allegedly correctly accused of.
instead of trying to take over Zento Keep, we should try to take over Flan then. You know, because
I
what's
didn't try to-
one?
nobody
What's
was
one?
trying to take
Yeah,
over
why
Flan.
why not both? I mean, why stop there?
Yeah. Let's
I'm just
I
Let's
agree. Now
roll.
we're talking.
yeah, let's maraud the entirety of the new sea. Let's
spoken
just
like a
overthrow
true
all
lawful
of them.
good dwarf.
You guys are a little
Okay.
ambitious.
All right. So you guys, while the night away, hanging out at the Goblin.
The chuckling knoll.
And I guess eventually,
Wait.
what's up?
The wheezing
The gnome
mermaid.
the gnome that
Mhm.
I
Tinker.
asked to get the
The
gnome
gnome
tinkerer
halfling?
that I asked to
Yes.
make a crossbow for me.
Mm-hmm.
How long was that gonna take?
You actually haven't talked to her yet because we forgot about that in this game, but we can do that tomorrow.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
very, very late in the evening, but what I actually intend to do to that, just to give you some metagame information, I plan on homebrewing something for that. So it's going to take her, as long as it takes me to make it, which won't be very long, but session 2, depends on what happens. Because start thinking about this, because I think we're about to take a week of downtime before we end. It's 8:45, so that'll probably be the last thing that we do. Okay, Berwyn. I'm assuming at the end of that night you guys pass a good time and split your separate ways around the mezzanine. Berwyn goes to the ship. Corwin, where are you staying?
Well, okay, so I don't know quite yet. I've got kind of two agendas. One, I would like to, in that week of downtime that we're talking about, I'd like to start the search for +1 scimitar.
Okay, that's
if I
perfect.
can't make the one I have already +1, which is my preference.
I don't think we would have the capacity to do that right now, but you can absolutely use your week of downtime to search for a magic item if you would like.
Boom, that's
Where
what I'll
are
do.
you staying for the evening? Pretty much your options are in Lucian and Alth's hovel, in Roscoe's step above a hovel, or in on the Star Rider. Everyone stops
I'm
at the
gonna go-
mezzanine, and
if
Berwyn's
it's okay with
becomes
Berwyn,
confused.
I would
Yeah.
prefer to stay with him while he goes over this scroll.
I have no qualms with you sleeping on the deck.
Sounds good to me.
You better hope it doesn't rain.
I ain't worried about that.
Set up a lean-to
Sleep
on
the
that baby.
deck, motherfucker.
All right. Okay. So Berwyn and Corwin retire back to the Star Rider. Everyone else goes to their house. Has a long rest that I don't think is necessary, and let's do a week of downtime. Berwyn, you know that even with that monocle, making sense of this enormous roll of paper would basically be the same as a week of research, which with your monocle would take you 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be your, I guess, first half week of downtime activity. The other guys are definitely going to go and look for items, so if there's anything that you in particular want, you can ask them to look for those as well. That way your downtime is not wasted. Or anything like that. You can get the other guys to help you out with any other downtime goals you might have.
No, I think.
Don't forget, we also have those 2 kids. Sorry?
I think I'm going to be spending a large chunk of money scribing scrolls, so I'm not really looking at getting any magic items or anything like that.
No, Green, we're going to continue to stream hopefully every week through Fair, same as TRF. Actually, TRF is what started us on streaming on Tuesday evenings instead of Saturday all day. We were doing like fucking 8 or 10 hour sessions. This is so much
8 or
better.
10. Jesus.
Yeah.
Dude, I
You
think
were here
we
for
did
that.
like a
Some of them were
14-hour
12.
session.
Yeah, no, I mean, when we get together to
Yeah,
play
that's
on
probably
every other
fun.
Saturday, we fucking play some D&D. Probably a little bit past all of our patience, to be honest. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
that was
yeah, it was rough. All right, I guess we're not fucking teenagers anymore. Homebrewing the
Yeah.
crossbow. Oh no, man, that's. I actually have a decent idea of.
I just
what
don't have enough pot to fucking $14. To be totally
And
honest.
speaking of which, we need another 60-second commercial break here. We're going to give you guys a little bit of time to briefly think about open 5e tools, please, and do the research necessary for your downtime activities. Berwin, I'm okay. So here's the deal with yours. Spoiler alert. Your first week is or your first half of the week is going to be spent researching the scrolls, and then it's very likely that you're going to research at the library with the information that you find on the scrolls. So that's probably going to be your entire week. Again, if you need anything else, we have the 2 NPCs that live with Alf and Lucian that can help you with it. Again, don't feel like you're obligated to waste your downtime. Corwin, you said you wanted to search for a magic item. You guys do that
Aye,
research.
that's
We'll do
correct.
60 seconds and we'll be right back.
My damn gnome, dude. I had been thinking about adding a gnomish contact since the goddamn beginning, to be honest. I thought about being a gnome at first. I was like, fuck, dude. I can get guns and shit.
I have no idea what I want to do for a week of downtime.
While my gnome is looking for shit, I'm gonna go thieving.
You have a lot of loot, so you could search for items. You could
That's kind of what I'm looking at.
Downtime list off the top of my head.
I'm trying to find it now. I'm having trouble.
So you can buy magic item, you can carousing, craft an item, crime, gambling, pit fighting, relaxation, religious service, research, scribing scrolls, selling a magic item, training, and work.
Crime. Which is what I'm gonna do.
I don't know if there's any real item that I want, though, that I can afford. Because we can really still only afford uncommon items. You might be able to get a rare one, but very unlikely. Corwin, you have a bunch of money. You might be able to get one.
That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to get this weapon upgraded a wee bit.
Well, that I think is just an uncommon. I think a +1 weapon is it'll run you. Let's see, what is it? Yeah, it's uncommon. So it's yeah. So you should be able to get that. Yeah.
And I'm hoping I can get this silver scimitar I have +1, because then that's dope
Yeah.
and pretty.
Yeah, having a +1 item is always.
Well, I think it's going to be quintessential here soon.
Yeah. That's why I wanted a new crossbow. But
My melee capabilities we haven't really taken advantage of yet.
yeah, the swashbuckler gives me a lot of melee advantages and stuff, but I'm trying to do the master in ranged weapon, crossbow and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and see, I'm going close fighting.
Yeah. See, I'm quick, I'm agile, I'm slippery, I'm stealthy. I think ranged stealth assassin kind of deal. But I can still, like the swashbuckler, I can still get up close and have advantages on. So.
Okay. We all here?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Everybody, roll a d6, I guess. We'll start with the highest, and then we'll go down the player list from there. Clint, you don't necessarily need to. Did you
4.
want to send the kids for anything, Berwin? By the way,
Say that again?
did you want to send the kids to do anything for you?
No.
Okay, no items you want to buy or anything like that? You got a bunch extra. I mean, you already had a bunch of new scrolls. Now you really have a bunch. Were those
Well-
all spells that you did not have that I gave you scrolls of? That was my intention because she's no longer a scroll dealer. I don't know if
I
you realize that or not.
actually have some of those already. Let me.
Okay. If I gave you
Moderate.
anything that you already have, again, I'll swap them out for something of equal level. We'll deal with that later. Like I said, she's no longer available as a scroll vendor, so you're kind of going to be on your own for a while. Figured I'd give you a boost. You saw Bigby's in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bigby's is such a cool spell.
Yep, level 5 though.
Yeah, I know. It's something to work towards. I realized that after I put it in there, but yeah, no, it's just such a cool spell. Okay,
I
so
definitely want that.
anybody who rolled the highest on D6?
I got a
4.
2.
You got a 2?
I also got a 2.
Got a 4? I heard a 4. 4 going once.
Where's
4
D6?
going twice.
Yeah.
All right, Roscoe didn't.
Boom!
Hold on.
Give me that magical weapon, baby.
Hold on. Roscoe's still looking for dice. There we go.
6.
Six.
Oh!
Nice job.
All right, Roscoe wins. I'm doing this high stall. I encourage you all to do the same. Get in on it. All right, Roscoe, what are you doing, man? Let's see that downtime.
I am gonna gather information and get ready for a heist of my own.
Okay.
Um,
Explain to me how that works, and let's make the rolls.
I gotta pay 25 gold to gather information,
Okay.
and then commit the crime. Depending on what kind of crime, I think I'm gonna do about 100 gold to try and rob a.
Okay, so you have to. It all happens in the same week. It's not one week and then the following.
It's
No, it's
1 week, and the last day is the heist.
Is the heist. Okay, so let's do. Again, you just have to explain this to me as we go because I don't know all these rules by heart. So let's do it step by step.
Yeah, I was doing. Hold on 1 second.
But you look like Andrew.
I'm sorry.
This-
I was doing
Just
heist
playing.
all on the chat.
What are you talking about? Huh?
It's a shame,
So-
man.
Crimes requires character 1 week, at least 25 gold points gathering information.
Okay.
And then the I gotta do 3 checks.
Okay.
Dexterity.
Okay, what do you have? Is that for gathering information?
No, that's for the end. Gathering information is just the 25 gold up front.
Okay. So toss out the 25.
Okay.
You got a stack of 50 right there. Would you like me to split it for you?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Okay, split that into
Because
2.
I'm looking at the rules as I'm doing this. I'm making sure I'm doing it right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
We got
I'm
the.
sorry, people. We're all used to playing like older versions.
No worries, man. We don't do downtime very often, and you did get picked to go first, so everybody else should be
Can
up
be-
to date with theirs after this one.
The chosen DC can be 10, 15, 20, or 25, blah, blah, blah. So, the,
Okay, so hold on a second. You put in 25 gold. Is that the limit, or are you putting in any extra? Because a lot of them, if you pay extra, you get bonuses or whatever.
yes.
Okay. You're putting in 25 only?
If, I think I am going to rob a noble, which is 200 gold. So,
It's not that. Anyway, okay, my computer's being weird. So put in. So I took 25 from you. I'm going to give you 25 back. Do you have bars? Because you don't have 100 coins.
now I have platinum coins.
Okay, so we need 200 gold, which is 20 plat. Okay, so we split your stack of 48 into 2. Yep. Okay, and then we take off 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you highlight those and press G, it'll stack them again.
Alright.
Okay, so we got 200 gold out here. So you're electing to pull a heist on a noble.
Yeah.
Okay. So Roscoe's spending his week hanging around this nice grassy area around here, scoping out the noble houses. And now that you've paid your 200, what happens?
All right. I need to make
Okay.
some DC checks.
I need to determine a DC, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that would be at 200 gold is a 20 DC.
Okay. Okay, so the DCs are set by the level of heist that you choose. Okay, so your DC is 20. And what are the checks?
There's 3 checks. The first check is dexterity, stealth.
Okay, go ahead and make that one.
These tools.
Let's do that one first. Dexterity, stealth. Do you need a 20?
All right.
Body blowing me up about Red Dead.
Plus stealth. I believe my stealth is a little high.
Pretty sure you get more than +4.
7 plus, what was it?
16. So that's 22,
so
23.
23.
Okay, so you succeed at the first check.
And player's choice of investigation, perception, or charisma. So I'm gonna do perception and perception and deception.
Okay, we're just roll them one at a time. They all have the same DC?
Yeah. Oh.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Okay. So, on the perception roll, I got, what was that? 5 plus 7.
13.
12.
12.
12. Yeah, 12. I was right. And then, 13 plus 7 is 20. So, yeah, I passed 2 of the 3. So, complications. Here we
This
go.
fucking thing here. A single Firefox window open to 5e tools is too
Just
much.
destroys.
Yeah, like I have plenty of RAM. Like I have plenty of free RAM, and whenever I open that up, that's it. I'm like 30% without it. When it comes up, it starts locking up my Google Hangouts. So I'm really at a handicap as far as looking these things up. So everybody else, kind of please be familiar with what you're doing. So Roscoe, you've succeeded at 2 out of 3.
Okay. If 2 checks succeed in the highest success, is its partial success netting the character half the payout.
Okay. What about mishaps?
I roll a d4, and
Oh, you got a mishap?
I don't know. I can't have it open. So if anybody else has 5e tools and can help him out with this, I would really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Give me one
So what are we
second.
looking for?
You're doing crime,
Yeah.
and so for your mishaps, let's see, crime complications.
I roll a
Let's
d.
roll the crime complication table.
He succeeded at 2 out of 3.
You succeeded at 2, so you don't roll the complication.
Okay, so no complication. And how much is the payoff? He said he gets half of it.
And what was the DC? You did a noble 200, so you get 100 gold.
So the payoff is equal to how much you put in?
No, you should only put in 25, unless he did some extra stuff.
He said he put in 200.
Oh, I was looking at the payout on it. I should have only put into 25, and the payout's 200, but I only got half of that. So I should only.
Okay, so the
you should net
25
it
gold
75
coins
total
goes
gold.
away.
I'm sorry.
So 25 gold coins goes away, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then how much does he get back?
100.
100. So that's 10 plat. That was your 20 plat to begin with. So I'm just going to copy 10, put an extra 10 in there. I had taken 20 earlier. I'm going to give you back 30 plat, and you paid 25 gold. Okay, who's next? Next up is going to be Edgebert. Are you doing anything other than research? Because if you are, I'm going to get to you last.
I rolled a 2, but I did want to see about getting a magic item. I decided.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll. I mean, I'm going down the player list. It's easier than remembering the rolls.
So, how does that work? I have to pay 100.
Yeah, so you pay 100.
I think so.
And then you roll a. I think. Let me get my mouse where it needs to be. You do a charisma persuasion check. And then based off of that number, you and you do it at +1, at least, like 1 plus your charisma persuasion, and then based on that number, you roll on a table of magical items. If you're looking for a specific magic item, and it's on one of the tables, so pretty much by like the rarity, you can find it right off the bat. If it's common, you need to roll a 10 or higher, a 15 or higher for uncommon, a 20 or higher for rare, a 25 or higher for very rare, and a 30 for legendary.
Alright, so my first roll, I got a 19, and my modifier is persuasion,
Yes.
so it's an 18.
So I'm +1, so back to a 19. So you can roll.
If you're Berwin, if you're working on the ship, you can send one of the kids. He's actually got 0, so you wouldn't subtract that one.
Okay, so
So you
then
would get a
it's just
20.
Okay.
So you would be able to pick from the items from an uncommon or a common item that you just want.
Yeah, I wanted an uncommon item.
Okay, so then you can
just
roll a
pick one.
d4. Yeah.
Mhm.
And if you roll a d4, you get higher than 1, then you can pick items off of the tables. You can pick it off of one of the first 4 tables, A, B, C, or D. You can do
I
that
got a
table
2.
below. So you get 1 more magic item. But then you still have to roll for the price of them, which is 1d6 times 100, unless it is a spell scroll or a potion, in which case it is half that.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
I rolled a
man.
1.
Yeah, for sure, man.
100
it's what I want to do.
gold.
Oh, dude, look at that. Check you out.
And I do get to pick the item I want off that table, right?
I believe so.
Yes.
That's what it sounded like.
Well, I lied. You get the one item that you were looking for, and then you get
Uh-huh.
to pick a table to roll off of. You get to roll a D100 on either table A, B, C, or D, and then get the item associated with that number. So you can pick one, but then the rest of them have to be random.
Okay, then I'll roll at 100.
Mm-hmm.
Go get that.
If he said you get to pick one and roll 3, correct?
Well, he rolled the D4 at a 2, so he gets to pick one and roll one.
Ah, okay.
Because he only has 2 items.
And you
yeah.
rolled the 1 on the price, so the one that you pick, you
Yeah,
can get
it's
for
only
100. And then the one that you roll, you can also buy if you choose to.
Okay, so green is the first and blue is second.
Okay.
That is a is that a, how does the 0 work? Is that a 10?
0 is a 10.
So
I would say that's a 19.
Look out. Yeah, that's
So
a
it's
19.
only,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, it only becomes 100 if you've got them both.
Okay, if you got okay. Well, that would be a 9 then, wouldn't it?
No,
because
it's
the
a
10 is
10.
still a 10.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a 10
Okay.
and then a 9. But if you had a 10 and a 0 or a 10 and a 10 or whatever that other die is.
Okay.
then it's
Yeah.
100.
I see. So that is a 19 on the this, which makes it a spell scroll of 4th level.
Sweet.
So I mean, I guess that's a random one.
You can filter the scrolls on 5e tools, and
Yeah.
we'll roll versus that. Just count them up. What did you buy for 100?
the decanter of water,
Oh, nice.
endless water.
I need to get that. I don't know if I have a card for that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Hey, Chris, if you don't mind, when I buy mine, would you run us through that?
I
one more
got you.
time? Yeah, word.
I remember
You
it being
got
a
that.
pain, and I wanted to do the same thing, so I had to like read it 2 or 3
There
times.
are 31 fourth level spells. So how am I going to go about that?
41.
31.
31. I don't know. Give me 3d10.
Roll.
Give
There
me
you go.
3d10 and a d4. I can make this happen.
There it is.
Yeah, you could do it.
All right, and then you add 1 to that.
So
I could use a coin,
24.
I guess.
Okay.
So the 24th
Okay.
spell. What
So
is that?
the decanter is uncommon, right?
Yes.
I don't think I have a card for it. I have to make it. Just write it down.
Sickening Radiance.
Ooh,
That sounds pretty wicked.
that smells like this jerky I'm about to eat.
Let me see what the price
Okay.
of that is.
That'd be a d6, right?
Yep, and half of it. Or what? It's uncommon.
I
Still.
rolled a 2. If you want to take that.
That's I'm looking for the rarity of.
It should just
Scroll.
say.
I mean, it should
Right
be on the
here.
table, right? I mean, it's on the same table as the other one.
Oh, okay,
It's
yeah.
it's rare actually.
Uh,
So it'll be 2d10 times 1,000, put in
Oof.
half.
Oof.
So
a fourth level spell scroll is 1,000.
it's well it's 2d10 times 1,000. So you got to roll, but it's also half of that.
And it's cut in half, so it's anywhere between
Anyway, between
2d10 time
1,000
divided by 2. That's
and-
retarded. Just roll 1d10 times 1,000. It's fucking dumb.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you
do it
can
that
roll
way.
them both if you want. It just seems like extra steps.
Yeah.
Well, come on,
'Cause
let's
it's a
go.
rare scroll
We're gonna
enough.
get to Alton, or we're gonna get to Alth next. So be prepared, please.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep going while I'm reading
Okay.
this and getting
You'll
my
handle
rolls
the rest?
together. Yeah.
All right, cool. Alf, what are you up to, man? What do you got? Selfies.
1 second.
Uno momento.
It was more like taking a picture to make sure I had that saved on my phone to look at later. So I kind of want to spend some downtime relearning. I looked it up, and it is possible to get a feat. Where is
Yeah.
that? Where did I put it? It was Martial Adept. However, that is a long time, so I'm thinking instead I would rather
training
spend.
is a lot more than a week. You got 1 week.
I'm gonna be right back.
I mean, you
Yeah,
can
like-
train in steps if you
Skills
want to
or-
use your week to train and like put down a tally mark somewhere and keep
No.
track of it. You can.
I'm thinking.
That's
I'm
reasonable
thinking
too.
I'd
but-
rather just use.
It's like 10 weeks.
Yeah, I think I'd rather just use, instead of taking ability score modifiers at next level, I'm just gonna do a feat. And so instead, I'd like to spend the week working.
Okay. That's a 10% mishap, right?
Let me see. I'm trying to bring up the 5th edition rules for that.
I think working just like gives you a place to stay for the week, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, if we already have a place, I think it basically.
you get like the gold for the amount of.
Yeah,
But it's
I would give the gold, but you
moderate.
guys would have to figure that out as I moved on to the next person.
Yeah,
So,
move
but
on,
there's
I'll-
always, I think all of them have like a 10% chance of mishap. The ones that don't have specific
Everything
rulings, right?
actually has a 10%
10%.
chance.
All right, so
Even
the white
bottom
one is the
that-
10.
I forgot about
All right,
that.
that's a 10 plus 3. No. That's a 30. That's because the whites is a 10. Yeah, so that's 30. Okay. No mishaps. Go ahead and roll everything and take your cash.
Okay, it's 1 gold per day. It says practicing a profession,
Okay.
which I guess as a cleric, healing is a profession.
Sure.
Yeah, so I go spend a week at the temple again with. So working there.
Would you not prefer to call that a religious service?
Um,
Well, of
You could
course,
get
there's not
the
really a
bond
temple
paper, something like
to
that.
your deity here, so I guess okay. All right. So how much gold did you get?
it's a gold a day, so 7 gold.
I should have just given you a plat.
I'll take it.
There.
Choo.
Okay. Is that it for you?
That's it for me.
All right, Lucian. What are you doing, man?
I am doing. I'm gonna buy a magic item. I was wondering though before I do this. Could I get like how they have like the helm or the helm of intellect and the gauntlets of ogre power? Could I get something like that for wisdom or just some kind of like ability buff for wisdom?
You want something homebrewed? Not today, no.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna just look for a ring of jumping. Is that just what I'm gonna look for? So
Okay.
here is my 100. It's gonna be this pearl.
I'm gonna hate you, dude.
Wow. Why?
Because he's so fucking agile. Fucking spider
Well, like
climb,
other people
fucking
can fly
spider
and
climb,
shit,
skid
dude. Come on,
slippers,
bro.
and fucking ring of jump, and fucking
I just get to move really far.
yeah,
I
no,
mean, come on,
I'm
bro.
not serious. I'm kidding, but I don't know. It'd be wild, man. Let's see that roll.
Alright. Give me something good.
Jack in the
Fucking
Wild.
trash,
Roscoe's
bruh.
wheezing the juice
actually-
again.
I don't
More
actually.
agile than the fucking swashbuckler rogue.
Roscoe's wheezing the juice again. I saw him.
I did.
I saw
I
him.
took one of those
He
bottles.
wheezed
got
it right into his pouch. You couldn't see it on the stream because I got it,
Where's my mouse?
you know, kind of switched up. But
I
It's
yoinked
too
one of the
late now.
fucking bottles of exquisite wine.
all right.
Let's
So
see.
what you got
I
on
got
that
a
roll?
10, so I do not find it right off the
You
rip.
do not find anything. Oh, by the way, I need
did
to roll the
stuff.
mishap 10% on the kids when they went searching for Berwyn stuff. The blue one is 10s this time. That's a 91. I was looking for 10. So, and now for you, we're looking for 10. That's a 39. We're good.
Awesome. My D4. Bam! 4. Hell yeah, son. I get 4 fucking rolls. And I'm going to take them all on table B.
I'll be right back.
All right.
So blue one's 10. That's 35. And 82. Let me write this down somewhere because I'm going to forget that shit.
Probably a good idea.
35. 82. Alright. That is. Oh, bruh. Hey, what's that? Is that 100?
Nah,
That's
is it
90 and a
2
10,
zeros?
bruh. That's a 90.
No.
Nah, but that's about as close as I'm gonna get.
I don't think the 5th edition tables are aligned to. I think they're just kind of randomly
25.
put on the table, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree.
Not to
So let's
not
see.
to piss on your parade or anything.
No, it was just cool though. You know what I mean? Like, how can the roll?
The boy rolled a 9 and a 0, and he asked me if it's 100. What in what
We said
world
9
would
and
that
10,
ever
bruh. It's
even
been a
be
10.
100? There's a
Mardi
9.
Gras.
Is there a
Look,
9
and
in
10.
100? Fool. All right, sorry. What items did you roll?
So I rolled a potion of animal friendship, a 82, a filter of love. Oh yeah, bruh. What else?
No, I do not like those.
Oh, bruh, a movable rod, halfway to conquering the world, and a potion of growth. I'm actually gonna roll money for all of those, just in the order that I said. So it's D6s,
All right.
because I'm gonna pick up any number of them. Where's my D6? Give me my green one. Wow. All right. 5, so that's 250 for the first one. Two, that's 100. To another. Or 90 is the immovable rod, isn't it? Yeah, so that's actually 200. And the last one is 3. Half of that is 150.
All right, just anything that
And
you buy, just write it down in your notebook.
Yeah.
And we'll. I don't know if I have cards for most of that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, Corwin, you want to get started with your magic item search?
All right, man. Let's do this.
Let me
Lucian,
roll
if you don't
your
mind,
let me
what do I
roll
need
your
to roll
mishap first. The blue is going to be the tens, so we're looking at 1 plus 6. That's a 16. You are good.
All right.
All
First
right.
things first, you cough up 100 gold.
Got that. Hold on one
All right.
second.
Lucian, did you cough up 100 gold?
I did. I put it in.
Yeah.
It's a pearl worth 100. I put inside the trash
All
can.
right.
Here's the Ilium or whatever for 100.
See that little
We'll
ruby
put it
going in the trash?
Yeah.
All right. Let me put that back on
Boom.
the screen, I guess. There we go.
All right.
All right.
8 up.
Do you have a magic item that you are looking for specifically?
I am looking for a
Oh yeah, you're looking
silvered
for the +1 silver.
+1 scimitar.
All right. +1s are uncommon, so you need a. I think it's a 15, and you can find it right off the rip. Yeah. So 15 or higher, you find it right off the rip. Roll a d20 and add your charisma persuasion +1.
It got cold, dude.
So that's a 19.
Go, Spike.
Got it.
right.
19.
So now roll a d4.
Mm.
God damn, how you got so much gold?
3.
Thank you, baby.
I got a little bit of platinum now.
I'm talking
I
about
got
I'm
3
talking
on
about
that
in the
one.
chat.
Oh,
Lucian.
Cheshire's
what
got
you got?
like 32,000. I don't know. I'm just pulling numbers out. Sorry, what Dave?
13,000.
All right. So, roll a d6 for your scimitar to see how much it costs.
All right. Do I want high or low?
You want low.
You want low.
Come on, 1. Got a 4.
All right, that's 400 gold for your scimitar.
All right, stand by. I'm buying it.
And
Now,
then
a plat is worth how much?
10.
10.
So it'd be 40 plat.
Hey, babe, will you grab me a pen?
There's 40 plat right there. You want to count it?
No, put it in the trash. I trust you.
Yeah, that works.
Plat leash.
All right. And then
Where it's bought.
all right, and then roll a d100 2 times.
Okay.
Well, actually, what kind of magical items are you looking for? Because you can roll between 4 different tables. Are you looking for common, uncommon, or rare magic items? Rare magic
Honestly,
items
now,
cost a lot. Like you might be able to buy one. You could probably buy one. You might not be able to buy any. Uncommon items, you could probably buy 1, maybe 2. You could buy a lot if they're
I'd
potions.
like mostly uncommon. A chance for rare, but really just uncommon.
Let's see. It's probably table C. Let me double check it. See what it's got. So it's got stuff like
always just playing character and say, I want the best you can get me.
it's got sending stones, parapet of health, necklace of fireball, qual's feather token, bunch of potions, ammunition +2, some spell scrolls. Let's see. Table B has got. That's the one I rolled on.
What table has rings and shit on it?
That would be F, I believe. Let me double check. I don't know if you got that high. That was the one I wanted with the jumping. Yeah, so rings are on table F, which I don't think you can roll on. I think you can roll on the one before. But I think that one has rings too. It's just not as good at rings.
That's what I want to go for.
Let's see.
Because I need some jewelries.
No, you didn't roll high enough. You need to be. Oh. Let's see. What's the. Gotta click on all these freaking things. No, you can't be getting no jewelry, bro.
No jewelries. All right, well, let's just go random tables, whatever.
All right, we'll pick one. 1 through 4. Pick a number.
3.
I pick
3 is a
2.
pretty good one. 2. All right, roll 2 d100s.
All right, red high. 20.
20. That is a potion of fire breath.
All right, all right. One more time. How many times?
Yep.
3 times,
More.
right?
Well, just 2 because your third one is the scimitar.
Got you. 62.
62. That is a spell scroll of 3rd level.
All right, I want prices on both.
All right, roll me. Let me make sure. I believe it's a D6 for each one of them. Yeah, and yeah. So
Potion
give me
fire
a D6
breath,
for. Yep.
3.
So it's 150 gold, and
All
the
right,
other one,
buy that. 1.
50 gold, bro. You lucked out.
I'll buy that. I buy that.
But then you got to figure out what spell scroll it is.
All right, what do I have to do to roll that?
I ain't got a clue about that. You have to actually.
I'll figure it out. I got this. I got this. No worries.
Okay. So Berwin, after spending half the week researching that scroll, or that huge bundle of paper that I described in detail, or at great length.
Sorry to interrupt you, bro.
Yep.
But y'all gotta be jealous because I got some freaking king cake way in Tennessee, bro.
I don't even have a
Snap.
king cake in
Hell
Houston,
yeah,
man.
I am
Mardi Gras
jealous.
I got no Mardi Gras
Horribly
this
jealous.
year, y'all. It sucks.
I had
I can go
king
get
cake
one right
on-
now if I want it. Stop bragging.
Man,
I can't. Okay, it's not that
Any of
easy.
y'all get
I can't go get a
Raleigh.
good one. Man, yeah, those
Probably
are the traditional king cakes
Texas-
from down there.
Texas ain't got no king cakes, bro. We got shitty imitations over here.
So a lot of it in Louisiana, or Lafayette at least, was shitty imitations too. But there was one place that made this fucking
Keller's,
traditional
bro.
one that I
Keller's
had gotten.
killed it.
Man, it's not like a round like donut thing. It's like a fucking puff pastry, like round and flat. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that was so good.
I kind of miss the king cakes from
cake.
Man, I'm
Missy's
getting high just
grocery
thinking about
back
it.
home.
Sugar high.
And I would kill.
I
Anyway,
used to get
all
one
right.
that was
So
like a fat
um,
loaf of bread that was just a praline king cake.
there's so as you read backwards through the scroll, or I guess starting at the beginning, a lot of it is about her research into the skull, and her beginning to various arcane experiments on the skull to very little avail. You through the beginning of it, it's like her research, right? And nothing that she's doing to the skull is having any effect on it. But eventually, one day, she sort of has what she calls a eureka moment. But it seems to you, in retrospect, as though it's not something that she did or accomplished, but that it was something unrelated to her magical experiments, right? It was something about the object, the item itself, that it chose is probably the wrong word, but it activated sort of spontaneously, is the impression that you get from reading it. Because the following stuff is more and more after that first few pages. It starts to get more and more just manic and nonsense. She starts sort of talking about it. Becomes more of like a journal than a research paper. She starts talking about like the skull speaking to her and having dreams about it. And roll me an investigation check, please.
Who? Everyone?
No, just for one.
A 23.
23. Okay, so it seems as though she became perhaps dominated by something, or fell under the control of some sort of being, or perhaps the object itself, and she went sort of crazier and crazier as it went along, until the end is just like chicken scratch nonsense that you were looking at inside of her house.
Remember, I found that skull sitting on a throne at the top of a tower that we were. It was kind of, I don't know, in between this realm and the Shadowfell, or it in the Shadowfell or something. But
Okay.
it was sitting on a throne, as
And
if
that is the extent of what you glean from her paperwork. However, there is one towards the end. There is one name, or there's one. You recognize it as an arcane symbol, an arcane. What's the word? It's like a signature, right? Though it's unfamiliar, and you'll need to make an Arcana check to determine the actual name.
Uh, 17.
Okay, so the more and more
Well,
you read
19 actually.
it, okay, the more and more you read it, the more you see this symbol over and over and over again, and you eventually, after seeing it repeatedly, determine it to be the name Vazaz, Vazhoz.
Z-H... A-Z?
Oz.
O-Z.
Zaz.
Huzzaz!
Zaz.
sounds terrible.
Yeah,
He's a pretty messed up dude.
Okay. And, common sense would dictate that you would spend the other half of the week researching the name over at,
The library.
Women's Scholar
Is
Square.
I was about to say, is this something I would know as a cleric? Probably not, I guess.
Nope. Right here, I am just going to take a screenshot and import it into the game. Get rid of all these terrible.
Man, you should just give me some homework for next week.
Is that what you want?
I mean, whatever, It is 9 o'clock now, so.
Okay, well, it's up to you, man. You make the decision. I didn't want to gyp you on all that downtime that you spent. I realized that it's 9 o'clock. If you want homework for next week, if you want it to be dumped on you next week,
I mean, I'm gonna
that's
read
totally
about
cool.
him anyway. If this is a character, so whatever. But if you want to,
Not really much extracurricular reading to be done on my homebrew stuff.
Oh, it's
but you know
homebrew,
what?
okay.
You actually have a good idea. I'm gonna dump this information on you next week. I'm gonna make you wait for it. That's a good idea. Thanks, man. We're gonna go ahead and call it here.
Alright.
So you guys have added. Please just write down the items that you've gotten. We went over how to use the notebook previously, right?
Negative.
Hey, real quick, I want to talk to you guys about some of the items. What do you guys think about a filler of love or filter of love, whatever the hell?
I think we should get a couple.
I
think I should-
am against that. It's a moral
Are
quandary.
you? A moral quandary.
I think any weapon is a good weapon if used against the right enemy.
Those things.
I mean, I
get
wouldn't really call it a
someone killed.
weapon. It's
Are you gonna use that on the old witch that wants to kill chickens and stuff?
Maybe.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. You think it's a useful thing to grab?
I say yes.
That's your money.
All right, I'm with it. I'm buying all my shit.
I'm saving my money. I'm buying me.
So
a
how do I
cat.
make these notes, Jacob?
If you check across the top of your screen, you'll see a button that says Notebook. If you
Word.
click on that and you click on your color, like if you click on orange, you can see what Alf has written in there. Green, you can see what.
We're all locked, I believe. I don't think we can see each other, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I
it's
can
only
see everyone,
yours.
but, they've got like their maximum weight capacity, and Alf has got some information about the kids that you guys have hired.
Okay, I found it. Thanks, man.
Yeah, and I
You
think
just want me to write it in those
I think you
notes?
just type it in there, and I don't know. There was something it wasn't saving it before, so you might have to ask the other guys how to actually get it in there. But that's how you use it.
No, you just type it and exit out.
And
It
then you
auto
close
saves
it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just write in the items that you guys bought, either there or just wherever you can, because a lot of them I don't have cards for, and I'll have to I'll have to probably import some.
Do you want us to pay for them now, or just put the price in there and pay for them when we get them?
I already paid for mine.
No, just pay for them and write them down, and you have them.
Okay.
I just don't have a card for it yet. We really need to minimize the stuff on this table. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get rid of all of you guys' custom dice and all that stuff at some point.
What?
Yeah, no, the
That's
table
fine, I
takes
can make new ones.
forever to.
It's all good. Yeah, get rid of all of it. Start fresh.
Like you
Yeah.
said, I can make new
You
ones.
can make more.
Whoa, where'd all
Alright.
my money go,
I'm
bro?
gonna take all the dice off the table now. Hold on a minute. I actually got this thing right here. Watch. This is
Hey,
pretty
Alden,
cool.
what the hell are you doing? You took all my shit.
I was wondering how long it was gonna take you to notice.
I've been doing important shit, and I look back and boom, all my shit's gone.
Okay, maybe it has some other dependency
Roscoe
that's
did
not
not
loaded
have
with it.
Kudos. I'd have done the same.
Let me help you put all this back.
I can't even put my fucking money back on top of each other. It's killing me.
Oh, no, you had 2 stacks. I didn't change the
What are
stacks.
y'all doing?
No, I know, but
bruh?
it
throwing
took
all
all
that
my
treasure
money.
around. All right, y'all. We're
It's-
gonna go ahead and end the stream. Those of you who are still watching, I mean, we had quite a few viewers this evening earlier. We're down to
Yeah.
our normals tonight. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, we had a
Thank
decent
you
amount of
guys for
viewers
helping me
tonight.
make more money.
Maybe it's that beautiful new overlay we got. Check it out.
Yeah, I like it. It looks good.
Mm.
We keep rolling.
Hey, look, here's all the money for all my shit is going in the trash.
In the
Boom.
trash. I'm gonna empty that shit. Boom.
I like how Corwin has like a fucking massive amount of gems.
I know, bro. That boy's got so many
Oh.
gems.
Not for much longer, he don't.
Nah, hey. And on the slick, he's got more.
Don't be
He's hiding
taking
them.
my shits.
Dude, look at that giant fucking quartz cluster.
Look at that gem.
I know.
hog
I'm a
this guy.
gem hoarder, man. That's
It's a
my
fucking
jam.
dwarf. They're
I'm a
greedy.
dwarf.
He's
They're
a
greedy for gems.
And you got fresh
I
veggies.
am too. I like all of them.
They shine and stuff. You got some
Oh,
spinach.
shit, you got one of the rubies. You bastard. I don't know, Roscoe sees a ruby from across the way. And like, motherfucker.
I'll sell
Roscoe's
it to
thinking
you.
about stealing shit.
All right.
I'm sure you will.
I'll sell it to you. 175 gold.
Oh, dang.
I'll
was
get back
fun.
to you
Yep.
on
See
that.
you on Friday,
I'll
Green.
get back to you on that.
All right, Green. See you Friday, sir.
All right. Good night, you guys.